Hello and welcome back to Midnight Mind. It's good to have you here tonight. Tonight, we're going to explore something extraordinary, something happening right now as you read these words, something that makes you who you are. Memory, the process by which your brain captures experience, stores information, creates your past, builds your identity. Memory is happening right now, as you read, as you think, as you form new connections, new traces, new versions of yourself. Memory is the bridge between who you were and who you are, between past and present, between experience and identity. And tonight we're going to explore it gently, slowly, in ways that help you relax, help you drift, help you move towards sleep. You don't need to remember everything tonight. That's the beautiful irony. A video about memory that you don't need to remember. You don't need to take notes, don't need to study, don't need to memorize. Just let these ideas wash over you. Let them drift through your mind. Some will stick, some will fade, and that's exactly how memory works. Your brain selecting what matters, letting go of what doesn't. Your brain knowing what to keep, what to release, what to remember, what to forget. Trust that process. Trust your memory. It knows what it's doing. It's been doing this your whole life. So settle in. Get comfortable. Let your body relax into your bed. Let your breathing slow. Let your mind quiet. And let's begin this journey into memory, into how your brain captures the past, stores experience, creates continuity, makes you who you are. Memory, the most personal thing, the most you thing, the thing that makes you continuous, consistent, connected to your past. Memory, your brain's gift to you, creating your identity, creating your history, creating you. Close your eyes if you'd like, or keep them open, whatever feels comfortable. Your brain will guide you, will move you toward sleep when you're ready. For now, just be here. Just listen. Just let yourself drift through these fascinating facts about memory, about your memory, about how your brain is working right now, creating new memories, storing this moment, building new connections, making you who you are in this moment and every moment through memory. Let's begin. Memory is not one thing, not one system, not one process. Memory is multiple, many types, many systems, many processes, all working together, all contributing to your ability to remember, to recall, to recognize, to know. Memory is multiple, complex, distributed, not simple, not unitary, not one thing, many things, working together, creating what we call memory, but really memories. Plural, multiple types, multiple systems, multiple processes. Your brain has many ways of remembering, many types of memory, each with its own characteristics, its own brain regions, its own rules. Memory is multiple. Short-term memory and long-term memory are different. Different systems, different processes, different capacities. Short-term memory is brief, temporary, limited, holds information for seconds, maybe a minute, maybe less. Short-term memory is what you use to remember a phone number long enough to dial it, to remember a sentence long enough to understand it, to hold information briefly, temporarily, just long enough to use it. Then it's gone, fades, disappears, unless you transfer it, unless you work with it, unless you move it to long-term memory. Short-term memory is temporary, brief, limited, holds maybe 7 items, maybe 5, maybe 9, but around 7. That's the capacity, the limit. Short-term memory is small, brief, temporary, just enough to hold information for immediate use, then gone. Long-term memory is different, much larger, much longer, potentially unlimited. Long-term memory can hold vast amounts of information, for years, for decades, for a lifetime. Memories from childhood, memories from yesterday, memories from this morning, all stored in long-term memory, potentially forever. Long-term memory doesn't fill up, doesn't run out of space. You can keep adding memories, keep storing information, keep learning, keep experiencing, and your brain keeps storing it. In long-term memory, for as long as you live, long-term memory is vast, enduring, potentially permanent, the repository of everything you know, everything you've experienced, everything that makes you you. Long-term memory is your life storage, your brain's library, your personal history stored, maintained, available for as long as you live. Working memory is what you're using right now, this moment, as you read these words, as you process these ideas, as you think about memory, you're using working memory. Working memory is the active processing system, the mental workspace, the place where thinking happens, where you manipulate information, where you work with ideas, where you solve problems. Working memory holds information while you're actively thinking about it, while you're using it, while you're processing it. Working memory is thinking, is active cognition, is consciousness in a way. The information you're currently aware of, currently thinking about, currently working with, that's working memory. And it's limited, very limited. Can hold about 4 items, maybe 3, maybe 5, but very limited. Working memory is where thinking happens, but it's small, limited, constrained. You can only think about a few things at once, can only hold a few items in working memory. This is why complex thinking is hard, why you can't hold everything in mind at once. Working memory is limited, small but essential. It's where thinking happens, where consciousness lives, where you are, right now, in working memory. Declarative memory is memory you can declare, can state, can put into words. Memory for facts and events. Memory you can consciously recall, can deliberately remember, can talk about. Declarative memory is knowing that Paris is the capital of France, that you had breakfast this morning, that your birthday is in a particular month. Facts, events, experiences. Knowledge you can declare, can state, can remember consciously. Declarative memory is conscious memory, explicit memory, the kind of memory you think of when you think of memory, remembering, recalling, knowing. Declarative memory is what most people mean by memory, the ability to remember facts, remember events, remember experiences, consciously, deliberately, explicitly. That's declarative memory. Procedural memory is different. Memory for skills, for procedures, for how to do things. Memory you can't easily put into words, can't easily declare. Memory that shows itself in action, in doing, not in saying. Procedural memory is knowing how to ride a bike, how to tie your shoes, how to type, how to play an instrument. Skills, procedures, actions. You know how to do them, but you can't easily explain how, can't easily put it into words. Your body knows, your brain knows, but it's not conscious knowledge, not declarative, not explicit. It's procedural, implicit, embodied. Procedural memory is skill memory, motor memory, action memory, and it's separate from declarative memory. Uses different brain systems, different regions, different processes. You can lose declarative memory and keep procedural memory. Can forget facts but remember skills. They're separate, different, independent systems. Episodic memory is memory for episodes, for events, for experiences, for things that happen to you. Personal memory, autobiographical memory, memory of your life. Memory of specific events, specific times, specific places. Episodic memory is remembering your 10th birthday party, your first day of school, your last vacation, specific events, specific experiences, specific moments from your life, with context, with details, with the sense of having been there, having experienced it. Episodic memory is personal, unique, your history, your life, your experiences, remembered, recalled, relived in a sense. When you remember an episode, you mentally travel back, reimagine the event, re-experience it, partially. That's episodic memory. Mental time travel, remembering your past, your experiences, your life. Semantic memory is memory for facts, for knowledge, for information, without personal context, without episodic details, without the sense of remembering when you learned it. Semantic memory is knowing that the Earth orbits the Sun, that water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, that dogs are mammals. Facts, knowledge, information. You know these things, but you probably don't remember learning them, don't remember the specific moment, the specific context, the specific episode. You just know them. That's semantic memory. Knowledge without episodic context, facts without personal history, information without remembering the learning. Semantic memory is your knowledge base, your fact storage, your accumulated information, separate from personal experience, separate from episodic memory, just knowledge, just facts, just information, stored, available, known. Explicit memory is memory you're aware of. Conscious memory, memory you know you have, memory you can deliberately recall. Explicit memory includes declarative memory, episodic and semantic, both conscious, both deliberate, both explicit. You know you're remembering, you're aware of the memory, you're consciously recalling. That's explicit memory, conscious, deliberate, aware, the kind of memory that feels like memory, that you recognize as remembering. Explicit memory is what most people think of as memory. The conscious recall of information, of facts, of events, of experiences, aware, deliberate, explicit. Implicit memory is memory you're not aware of. Unconscious memory, memory you don't know you have. Memory that influences you without conscious recall. Implicit memory includes procedural memory, skills, habits, actions. You're not conscious of remembering how to tie your shoes. You just do it, automatically, without thought. That's implicit memory, influencing behavior without conscious awareness, without deliberate recall, without explicit remembering. Implicit memory also includes priming, classical conditioning, emotional associations, all forms of memory that influence you without conscious awareness, without knowing you're remembering, without deliberate recall. Implicit memory shapes behavior, shapes responses, shapes reactions, without consciousness, without awareness, without explicit recall. Implicit memory is powerful, pervasive, constantly influencing, but unconscious, hidden, implicit. Memory is not recording, not like a video camera, not like a photograph. Memory is reconstruction. Each time you remember something, you're reconstructing it, rebuilding it, recreating it. From fragments, from pieces, from traces, not playing back a recording, not viewing a stored image, reconstructing, creating a memory in the moment of remembering. This is why memories change, why they're fallible, why they're not perfect copies of the past, because they're reconstructions, built from pieces, from traces, from fragments, combined with current knowledge, current beliefs, current context. Memories are reconstructed, each time, every time, creating a version of the past, not the past itself. A reconstruction, a creation, a new version, each time you remember. This means memories are malleable, changeable, reconstructible. Each time you remember something, you have the opportunity to change it, slightly, subtly, without realizing. When you recall a memory, you bring it back into working memory, into consciousness, into an active state. And in that active state, the memory is vulnerable, changeable, open to modification. Whatever you think about while the memory is active, whatever context you're in, whatever emotions you're feeling, those can become incorporated into the memory, can change the memory, can alter the memory. When you reconsolidate it, when you store it again, the memory has changed, slightly, subtly, you don't notice. But the memory is different. Memories are malleable, changeable, reconstructible. Each act of remembering is an opportunity for change, for modification, for alteration. Memories are not fixed, not permanent, not unchangeable. They're dynamic, flexible, malleable, changing slightly each time you remember them. False memories are real, real experiences, real feelings, real beliefs, but not real events. False memories are memories of things that didn't happen, events that never occurred, experiences that never existed. But the memory feels real, feels genuine, feels like a true memory, because the process is the same. The brain creates the memory the same way, reconstructs it the same way, experiences it the same way. A false memory and a true memory feel identical, indistinguishable. From the inside, you can't tell the difference. can't know which is which. Based on feeling alone, false memories feel real because they are real memories, just not of real events, memories of imagined events, suggested events, inferred events, created events, but real memories nonetheless, with real neural traces, real emotional associations, real subjective experience. False memories are real as memories, just not as events. You can implant false memories experimentally. Researchers have done this, have implanted false memories in participants, made people remember events that never happened, remember experiences that never occurred. How? Through suggestion, through questioning, through imagination, through repeated exposure. Present someone with a false event from their childhood, described in detail, with plausible context, with family verification, fake. Ask them to imagine it, to think about it, to try to remember it. And often they do. They remember, or they create a memory, a false memory, of an event that never happened. The memory feels real, feels genuine, indistinguishable from true memories. False memories can be implanted, created, constructed through suggestion, through imagination, through social pressure, through repeated questioning. The memory system is vulnerable, susceptible to suggestion, capable of creating memories of events that never happened. False memories are not rare, not difficult to create, not unusual. They're a natural consequence of how memory works, through reconstruction, through suggestion, through imagination. False memories happen, are created, are implanted, easily, naturally, inevitably. Eyewitness testimony is unreliable. This follows from everything we've learned. Memory is reconstruction. Memory is malleable. False memories are real. False memories can be implanted. Therefore, eyewitness testimony is unreliable. Not because witnesses are lying, not because they're dishonest, but because memory is fallible. Memory is changeable. Memory is reconstructible. Eyewitnesses believe their memories, believe they're accurate, believe they're remembering correctly, and they're sincere, honest, trying to tell the truth. But memory is unreliable, especially memory of stressful events, memory of unexpected events, memory of brief events. Memory degrades, changes, incorporates misinformation, incorporates suggestions, incorporates imagination. The eyewitness remembers, sincerely, honestly, but incorrectly. The memory has changed, has been altered, has been reconstructed, incorporating errors, incorporating suggestions, incorporating false details. Eyewitness testimony is unreliable, not because of dishonesty, but because of how memory works, because of reconstruction, because of malleability, because of suggestibility. Eyewitness testimony is unreliable. This is known, this is researched, this is established, yet eyewitnesses remain convincing, remain persuasive, remain believed, because they believe themselves, because memory feels reliable, feels accurate, feels true, even when it's not. Eyewitness testimony is unreliable. The forgetting curve is steep. Forgetting happens quickly, rapidly, dramatically. After learning something new, forgetting begins immediately, within minutes, within hours, within a day. Most of what you learn is forgotten quickly. The forgetting curve, discovered by Hermann Ebbinghaus, shows that forgetting is steep, rapid, immediate. Within the first hour, you forget a significant portion. Within the first day, you forget most of it. The curve is steep at first, then gradually levels off. What remains after a few days tends to remain longer, but the initial forgetting is dramatic, steep, fast. This is normal. This is how memory works. Not because memory is bad, but because memory is selective, efficient. Not everything needs to be remembered. Not everything is important. So the brain lets most things go, forgets quickly, retains only what seems important, what gets rehearsed, what gets used, what matters. The forgetting curve is steep. Most information is lost quickly. This is normal, expected, functional. the brain being efficient, being selective, remembering what matters, forgetting the rest. But you can slow forgetting, can reduce it, can improve retention through rehearsal, through practice, through spaced repetition. If you review information repeatedly at spaced intervals, you slow the forgetting curve, you retain more, you remember longer. Each review resets the forgetting curve, strengthens the memory, makes it more durable, more lasting, more resistant to forgetting. Spaced repetition works, is effective, is powerful, because it fights the forgetting curve. Repeatedly, over time, each repetition strengthens, each review consolidates, each practice solidifies, and forgetting slows, retention improves, memory lasts longer, stronger, better, through rehearsal, through practice, through spaced repetition. You can slow forgetting, can improve memory, can retain more, not perfectly, not completely, but significantly, measurably, really. Spaced repetition slows forgetting. Sleep consolidates memories. This is one of sleep's most important functions. Memory consolidation. During sleep, your brain processes the day's experiences, replays neural patterns, strengthens important connections, weakens unimportant ones, transfers information from temporary storage to permanent storage, from hippocampus to cortex, from short-term to long-term. This happens during sleep, particularly during specific sleep stages, during slow-wave sleep, during REM sleep, during the night's progression through sleep cycles. The brain consolidates memories, makes them stronger, makes them last, makes them permanent. Sleep is essential for memory, for learning, for retention. Without adequate sleep, memory consolidation is impaired. Memories are weaker, more fragile, more likely to be forgotten. Sleep deprivation impairs memory, impairs learning, impairs consolidation. Sleep is when memories become permanent, when learning becomes knowledge, when experience becomes long-term memory. Sleep consolidates memories. This is essential. This is why sleep matters, why sleep deprivation is harmful, why you need sleep, not just for rest, not just for restoration, but for memory, for learning, for consolidation. Sleep consolidates memories. Dreams may be part of consolidation, may help process memories, may help integrate new information with old knowledge. Dreams often incorporate recent experiences, recent thoughts, recent concerns, taking elements from the day, mixing them with older memories, creating strange narratives, bizarre scenarios, emotional experiences. This may be the brain processing, integrating, consolidating, making connections between new and old, between recent and remote, between different types of information. Dreams may help memory consolidation, may help learning, may help integration. This is theory, not proven, not established, but plausible, consistent with evidence. Dreams incorporate recent memories. Dreams activate memory systems. Dreams may serve consolidation functions, may help processing, may help integration, or dreams may be byproduct, epiphenomenon, side effect of consolidation processes, not functional themselves, just reflecting the underlying consolidation. We don't know for sure. The function of dreams remains unclear, but they may help memory, may help consolidation, may help integration. Dreams and memory, connected, related, possibly functional, possibly just correlated, but connected. Dreams may be part of consolidation. The hippocampus is essential for forming new declarative memories. The hippocampus, a seahorse-shaped structure deep in the brain, in the medial temporal lobe. The hippocampus is critical, essential, necessary for forming new declarative memories. New memories of facts, new memories of events, new conscious memories. Without the hippocampus, you can't form new declarative memories, can't create new conscious memories, can't remember new experiences, new facts, new events. This is demonstrated by patient H.M. Henry Molaison, the most famous patient in neuroscience. His hippocampus was removed surgically to treat epilepsy. The surgery worked, stopped the seizures, but created profound amnesia. HM could no longer form new declarative memories, could no longer remember new events, new facts, new experiences. Each day was forgotten. Each person met was met for the first time, again and again. Every day, every hour, every moment forgotten because the hippocampus was gone. Because new declarative memories couldn't form. The hippocampus is essential, critical, necessary for forming new declarative memories. But the hippocampus is temporary storage, not permanent. The hippocampus holds new memories temporarily while they're being consolidated, while they're being transferred to the cortex, to permanent storage. This takes time, days, weeks, months, maybe years. During this time, the memory depends on the hippocampus, needs it, requires it. But gradually, over time, the memory becomes independent, becomes stored in cortex, becomes hippocampus independent. This is systems consolidation, the gradual transfer of memories from hippocampus to cortex, from temporary to permanent, from dependent to independent. This takes time. But eventually, old memories don't need the hippocampus, are stored elsewhere, in cortex, in distributed networks, permanently. Old memories survive hippocampal damage. HM remembered his childhood, remembered events before his surgery, because those memories were already consolidated, already transferred, already cortical, already independent. The hippocampus is temporary storage for new memories. While they consolidate, while they transfer, then they become independent, stored elsewhere, permanently. The amygdala enhances emotional memories. The amygdala, the brain's emotion center, fear and emotion processing. The amygdala is activated by emotional events, stressful events, frightening events, exciting events, important events. And when activated, the amygdala signals the hippocampus, says, "This is important, remember this." And the hippocampus responds, encodes more strongly, consolidates more thoroughly, creates a stronger memory. This is why emotional events are remembered well, remembered vividly, remembered lastingly. The amygdala enhanced them, marked them as important, signaled for strong encoding, strong consolidation, strong memory. Emotional memories are strong, vivid, lasting. Because of the amygdala, because of emotional enhancement, because emotions signal importance, and importance gets remembered. The amygdala enhances emotional memories. Flashbulb memories are vivid but not accurate. Flashbulb memories, memories of surprising, emotional, significant events. Where were you when you heard about 9/11, about JFK's assassination, about Princess Diana's death? These are flashbulb memories, vivid, detailed, confident. You remember where you were, what you were doing, who told you, who you were with. Clear details, vivid memories, strong confidence. But research shows flashbulb memories are not more accurate than ordinary memories. They feel more accurate, feel more vivid, feel more reliable, but they're not. When tested, when verified, when checked against records, flashbulb memories contain errors, inconsistencies, false details, just like ordinary memories. The vividness is not accuracy. The confidence is not reliability. Flashbulb memories feel special, feel accurate, but aren't. They're just more emotional, more vivid, more confident, but not more accurate, not more reliable, not more true. Flashbulb memories are vivid but not accurate. This is surprising, counterintuitive, unwelcome. People trust their flashbulb memories, are confident in them, but confidence is not accuracy. Vividness is not reliability. Flashbulb memories are wrong as often as ordinary memories. Just more vivid, more confident, more memorable, but not more accurate. Emotion enhances memory encoding but can impair retrieval. Emotion helps you remember, helps encoding, helps consolidation. Emotional events are remembered better, more strongly, more lastingly. Emotion enhances memory encoding. This is adaptive, useful. Important events are emotional, and important events should be remembered. So emotion enhances memory, helps encoding, helps consolidation. Emotion is good for memory. for forming memories, for creating lasting traces. But emotion can impair retrieval, can make remembering harder when you're emotional, when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when you're upset. Retrieval is impaired, harder, less effective. You can't think clearly, can't remember well, can't access memories easily. Strong emotion during retrieval impairs memory, makes it harder to remember, harder to recall, harder to access. So emotion has two effects: enhances encoding, impairs retrieval, good for forming memories, bad for accessing memories. This is why students shouldn't be anxious during exams. Anxiety impairs retrieval, makes it harder to remember, harder to recall, harder to perform. Calm is better for retrieval, for remembering, for accessing knowledge. Emotion enhances encoding but can impair retrieval. Context matters for memory. Context, the situation, the environment, the state. Context at encoding, context at retrieval. Context matters. Influences memory, shapes memory, enhances memory. Context-dependent memory is the phenomenon that memory is better when retrieval context matches encoding context. When you try to remember in the same place, same environment, same situation, where you learned, where you encoded, where you experienced, memory is better, easier, stronger. Context cues memory, assists retrieval, provides hints, reminders, associations that help you remember. This is why returning to a place can trigger memories, why revisiting your childhood home brings back memories, why certain environments evoke certain memories. Context cues memory, assists retrieval, matches encoding. Same context at encoding and retrieval enhances memory, makes remembering easier, more effective, more successful. Context matters for memory. State-dependent memory is similar. State, your internal state, your mood, your sobriety, your alertness, state at encoding, state at retrieval. State matters. State-dependent memory is the phenomenon that memory is better when retrieval state matches encoding state. When you're in the same mood, same state, same condition, as when you learned, as when you encoded, as when you experienced. Memory is better, easier, stronger. Drunk people remember better when drunk, what they learned while drunk. Sad people remember sad memories, better than happy memories. State cues memory. State at retrieval matching state at encoding enhances memory, makes remembering easier, more effective, more successful. State-dependent memory. Your internal state matters for encoding, for retrieval, for memory. Retrieval practice is the best study method. Retrieval practice, testing yourself, trying to recall, trying to remember, not rereading, not reviewing, not highlighting, testing, recalling, retrieving. Retrieval practice is the most effective study method, the most effective learning method, the most effective way to strengthen memory, because retrieval strengthens memory. Each time you retrieve, each time you recall, each time you successfully remember, you strengthen the memory, make it easier to retrieve next time, make it more durable, more lasting, more accessible. Retrieval practice works, is effective, is powerful, better than rereading, better than highlighting, better than note-taking, better than studying passively. Retrieval is active, effortful, challenging, and that's why it works, because effort strengthens memory, challenge strengthens memory, retrieval strengthens memory. Test yourself. Try to recall. Try to remember. That's the best way to learn. The best way to study. The best way to strengthen memory. Retrieval practice. Testing. Recalling. Remembering. The best study method. Desirable difficulties improve learning. Desirable difficulties, challenges, obstacles, effort during learning. These improve memory, improve retention, improve transfer. Desirable difficulties are learning conditions that are harder, more challenging, more effortful, but lead to better learning, better memory, better understanding. Examples: spacing practice instead of massing, interleaving topics instead of blocking, testing instead of restudying, generating answers instead of reading them. These are harder, more challenging, more effortful. Students prefer easier methods, prefer massing, prefer blocking, prefer rereading, prefer passive study because it feels easier, feels more effective, feels like better learning, but it's not. The difficult methods, the effortful methods, the challenging methods, those lead to better learning, better retention, better memory. Desirable difficulties improve learning, even though they feel harder, even though they're less preferred, even though students don't like them. They work better, produce better learning, better memory, better understanding, desirable difficulties. Embrace challenge, embrace effort, embrace difficulty for better learning. Mnemonics work, but have limits. This is the truth, the whole truth, the complete picture. Mnemonics work, memory aids work, memory tricks work, memory strategies work. They help memory, they improve recall, they improve retention. This is documented, this is proven, this is real, but they have limits, real limits, significant limits, important limits, and understanding both the power and the limits is essential, is necessary, is the only way to use them wisely. Let's start with what works, with what mnemonics actually do, with why they help. Mnemonics create associations. This is fundamental, this is key. This is the core mechanism. Your memory doesn't work by storing isolated facts, doesn't work by filing away individual pieces of information in separate compartments. Your memory works through connection, through association, through networks of related information. When you remember something, you're activating a network, a web, a constellation of connected ideas. And the more connections something has, the more ways you can access it, the more memorable it becomes. Mnemonics create these connections deliberately, artificially, strategically. Take an acronym like ROY GBV for the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. 7 separate colors, 7 separate pieces of information, 7 things to remember in order. Without a mnemonic, you're trying to remember 7 items. But with the acronym, you're remembering one thing, one name, one unit, Roy G. Biv, a person's name, something your brain is already good at remembering. And from that one unit, you can extract all 7 colors in the correct order. This is structure. This is organization. This is turning chaos into pattern. Or take acrostics. Those sentences where the first letter of each word stands for something you need to remember. Every good boy does fine for the notes on the treble clef. My very educated mother just served us nachos for the planets. These work through the same principle, through creating structure, through imposing organization, through connecting unrelated information into a coherent whole. Your brain remembers stories, remembers sentences, remembers meaningful sequences of words, much better than it remembers arbitrary lists. So when you transform a list into a sentence, you're working with your memory, not against it. You're using what your brain does naturally to help it remember what would otherwise be difficult. The method of loci is even more powerful, more ancient, more sophisticated. This is the memory palace technique, the technique where you imagine a familiar location, a house, a street, a building, and you place the items you want to remember at specific locations along a route through that space. Then when you need to recall the items, you mentally walk through the space, visiting each location, retrieving each item. This works because it combines multiple powerful memory principles: spatial memory, which is incredibly strong, visual imagery, which is more memorable than abstract information, and association, connecting what you want to remember with something you already know well. Peg systems work similarly. You memorize a set of pegs, usually rhyming words. 1 is bun, 2 is shoe, 3 is tree, 4 is door, 5 is hive, and so on. Then when you want to remember a list, you create vivid images connecting each item to its corresponding peg. If the first item is apple, you imagine an apple in a hamburger bun. If the second item is elephant, you imagine an elephant wearing shoes. The more bizarre and vivid the image, the better it works. This creates distinctive memory traces, makes information memorable, makes it retrievable, because the unusual image stands out, gets encoded strongly, creates a strong association between the peg and the item. Chunking is simpler but equally effective. This is grouping information into meaningful units, into chunks. Your working memory can only hold about 7 items, 7 plus or minus 2. This is a fundamental limit, a constraint, a bottleneck. But here's the trick. Those 7 items can be 7 individual digits, or they can be 7 chunks of multiple digits. A phone number is 10 digits. 10 separate pieces of information, too many for working memory to hold comfortably. But we don't remember phone numbers as 10 separate digits. We chunk them, group them. 555, 123, 4567 becomes 3 chunks, 3 units, 3 things to remember instead of 10. This is within working memory capacity. This is manageable. This is why phone numbers are formatted the way they are. So, mnemonics work. Through all these mechanisms, through creating associations, through creating structure, through creating meaning, through creating organization, through making information more memorable, more distinctive, more organized, more meaningful. And this helps memory, genuinely helps, measurably helps. Mnemonics help in coding, the process of getting information into memory in the first place. When you create a mnemonic, you're processing the information deeply, thinking about it, transforming it, connecting it to other knowledge. This deep processing creates stronger memory traces, makes the information more likely to stick, makes it more likely to be encoded successfully. And mnemonics help retrieval, the process of getting information back out of memory when you need it. Memory isn't just about storage, it's about access. You can have information stored in your brain but be unable to retrieve it. This is why things are on the tip of your tongue, why you know something but can't access it. Retrieval depends on cues, on triggers, on ways into the memory, and mnemonics provide these cues, provide these triggers, provide these pathways. When you remember the acronym, you get the list. When you remember the sentence, you get the first letters. When you walk through your memory palace, you find the items. The mnemonic is the key that unlocks the information. So mnemonics work, are useful, are effective for certain purposes, for certain types of information, for specific situations. This is important, this qualification, this limitation, because mnemonics are not universally beneficial, not always the best approach, not a solution for every memory problem. Mnemonics work best for certain kinds of information, lists, sequences, orders, collections of items that need to be remembered in a specific arrangement or as a complete set. The planets, the colors of the rainbow, the cranial nerves, the Great Lakes, the order of mathematical operations. These are perfect for mnemonics. They're discrete items. They have no inherent structure. They need to be remembered as a group. Mnemonics excel here. But mnemonics are less useful for other types of information, for concepts, for understanding, for integrated knowledge, for meaningful learning. If you're trying to understand how photosynthesis works, an acronym won't help much. If you're trying to learn a language, PEG systems won't make you fluent. If you're trying to understand historical causation, memory palaces won't provide insight, because these tasks aren't about memorizing lists. They're about understanding relationships, grasping principles, building integrated knowledge structures. And for this, understanding is better than mnemonic devices. This brings us to the limits, the real limits, the significant limits, the limits that matter. Mnemonics require effort. This is the first limit, the first cost, the first drawback. Creating a mnemonic takes work, takes time, takes cognitive effort. You have to think of an acronym. Compose an acrostic. Imagine a memory palace. Create bizarre images for a PEG system. This is extra work. Additional effort. Something beyond just learning the information directly. For a small amount of information, this effort is worth it. Spending 2 minutes to create an acronym for 7 items makes sense. It pays off. It helps. But for large amounts of information, the effort becomes prohibitive, becomes overwhelming, becomes counterproductive. Imagine trying to learn all of human anatomy using mnemonics. Every bone, every muscle, every nerve, every blood vessel, thousands of structures, thousands of names, thousands of relationships. You could create mnemonics for all of it, technically, theoretically, but the effort would be enormous, the time would be massive, the cognitive load would be crushing, and you'd spend more time creating and remembering mnemonics than you would just learning the anatomy directly, understanding it, organizing it meaningfully, integrating it with existing knowledge. The mnemonic approach would be less efficient, less effective, more burdensome. Because mnemonics don't just require effort to create, they require effort to maintain, to remember, to keep active. The mnemonic itself becomes something you have to remember. Another piece of information, another memory demand. You have to remember that ROY-G-BIV is the acronym for rainbow colors. You have to remember that every good boy does fine is for the treble clef. You have to remember your memory palace, remember your peg system, remember which images go with which items. This is additional memory load, extra burden, more information to maintain. For small amounts of information, this is fine, manageable, worth it. Remembering one acronym to access 7 items is efficient. The mnemonic takes less memory space than the 7 items would separately. But as the amount of information grows, the mnemonics multiply. You need more and more of them, more acronyms, more acrostics, more memory palaces, more peg systems, and at some point the collection of mnemonics becomes its own memory burden, becomes something that requires maintenance and effort and rehearsal, becomes something that can be forgotten, lost, confused. And then there's the decoding step, the translation step, the extra cognitive work of going from mnemonic to actual information. When you use a mnemonic, you're not directly accessing the information you need. You're accessing the mnemonic, then extracting the information from it. This is an extra step, an extra process, an extra moment of cognitive work. For ROY-G-BIV, you retrieve the acronym, then decode each letter into its corresponding color. For a memory palace, you mentally walk the route, then interpret each location into its associated item. This extra step is usually quick, usually easy, usually automatic once you've practiced, but it's still there, still required, still an additional cognitive process that wouldn't be necessary if you'd learned the information directly. And this matters more in some contexts than others. In an exam where you have unlimited time, the extra second to decode a mnemonic doesn't matter. But in real-time conversation, in rapid decision-making, in situations where you need immediate access to information, that extra decoding step can be a problem, can slow you down, can introduce errors, can make the mnemonic less useful than direct knowledge would be. There's another limit too, a more subtle one, a more fundamental one. Mnemonics create surface-level memory, not deep understanding, not integrated knowledge, not meaningful learning. When you use an acronym to remember a list, you remember the list, the items, the sequence, but you don't necessarily understand why those items go together, how they relate to each other, what principles connect them, what deeper structure underlies them. The mnemonic gives you the facts without the meaning, the information without the understanding, the memory without the insight. And for some purposes, this is fine. You don't need to understand why the planets are in that order to remember them. You just need to remember the order. The mnemonic does this job perfectly. But for other purposes, for deeper learning, for genuine mastery, surface-level memory isn't enough. You need understanding. You need integration. You need to connect new information with existing knowledge, to build coherent mental models, to grasp underlying principles. And mnemonics don't provide this, can't provide this, aren't designed to provide this. In fact, mnemonics can sometimes interfere with understanding, can become a substitute for it, can create the illusion of knowledge without actual comprehension. Students sometimes memorize mnemonics for lists and formulas and procedures without ever understanding what they mean, without grasping the concepts, without building real knowledge. They can perform on tests, can recall the information, can produce the correct answers, but they haven't learned, haven't understood, haven't achieved genuine mastery. They've memorized mnemonics. This is a shallow kind of knowing, a fragile kind of learning, a temporary kind of memory that doesn't transfer, doesn't generalize, doesn't persist. So for small amounts of information, mnemonics help. This is clear. This is proven. This is useful when you need to remember a short list, a sequence, an order, a collection of discrete items. Mnemonics are effective. Create an acronym, compose an acrostic, use a memory palace, use a peg system, chunk the information. These techniques work. They'll help you remember, help you recall, help you perform. The effort is worth it. The cognitive load is manageable. The benefits outweigh the costs. But for large amounts of information, the equation changes. The balance shifts. The costs grow. Creating mnemonics for hundreds of items becomes burdensome, overwhelming, inefficient. Remembering all those mnemonics becomes its own memory problem. Decoding all those mnemonics becomes time-consuming, and you end up with surface-level memory instead of deep understanding. You'd be better off organizing the information meaningfully, finding the natural structure, understanding the relationships, connecting to existing knowledge, building integrated mental models. This takes longer initially, requires more cognitive effort up front, but it creates stronger, more durable, more flexible, more useful knowledge. Knowledge that transfers, that generalizes, that persists. So the wise approach to mnemonics is selective, strategic, thoughtful. Use them for appropriate information, lists that lack inherent structure, sequences that must be remembered in order, collections of discrete items that don't have meaningful connections. In these cases, create a mnemonic, use the technique, enjoy the benefits. But for larger bodies of knowledge, for conceptual understanding, for integrated learning, invest the effort in genuine comprehension, in meaningful organization, in connection with existing knowledge. Don't rely on mnemonics as your primary learning strategy. Don't substitute memorization for understanding. Don't create dozens of artificial memory devices when you could build one coherent mental model. Mnemonics work, but have limits. Use them wisely. Use them selectively. Use them strategically. Recognize when they help and when they hinder. Know when to create an acronym and when to seek understanding instead. This is the balanced view, the complete picture, the honest assessment. Mnemonics are tools, valuable tools, useful tools, but like all tools, they're excellent for certain jobs and inadequate for others. Use the right tool for the job. Use mnemonics when they fit. Use other strategies when they don't. This is wisdom. This is effectiveness. This is how to actually improve your memory in sustainable, meaningful ways. Now let's talk about something else, something broader, something that affects every human being. Memory declines with age. This is normal. This is expected. This is universal. Memory declines with age. But we need to be specific. We need to be accurate. We need to understand exactly what declines and what doesn't. Because the simple statement, memory declines with age, is true but incomplete, misleading, too broad. Not all memory declines, not all aspects, not all types. Some decline, some stay stable, some actually improve. The picture is complex, nuanced, more hopeful than the simple statement suggests. Let's start with what does decline, with the types of memory that get worse as you age. Episodic memory declines. This is memory for events, memory for experiences, memory for specific happenings in your personal past, memory for what happened, where it happened, when it happened, who was there, what you did, what you felt. This kind of memory declines with normal aging, gets worse, becomes less reliable, less detailed, less accessible. Older adults have more difficulty forming new episodic memories, more difficulty encoding new experiences into long-term memory, more difficulty creating strong, detailed, lasting memory traces for events as they happen. They're less likely to remember what they did yesterday in detail, less likely to remember where they were last week, less likely to encode rich, vivid memories of recent experiences. This isn't because they're not paying attention, isn't because they're not trying, isn't because they don't care. It's because the brain mechanisms that support episodic memory encoding decline with age, get less efficient, work less effectively. The hippocampus is central to this. This brain structure, this seahorse-shaped region deep in your temporal lobes, this is where episodic memories are formed, where experiences are encoded, where events are bound together with their context, when what, where, and who get linked into a coherent memory trace. And the hippocampus is particularly vulnerable to aging, shrinks with age, loses neurons, becomes less active, functions less efficiently. This hippocampal decline is normal aging, not disease, not pathology, just the natural process of getting older, but it has real consequences, real effects, real impacts on episodic memory. So older adults struggle more to form new episodic memories, but they also struggle more to recall existing ones, to retrieve episodic memories from earlier in life, to access the details of past experiences. The memories are still there, still stored, still present in the brain, but accessing them becomes harder, takes longer, requires more effort, more cues, more prompting. The retrieval mechanisms decline, become less efficient, work less automatically. This is why older adults have more tip-of-the-tongue experiences, more moments where they know something but can't access it, more frustrating experiences of searching for a memory that won't come, not because the memory is gone, not because it's been erased, but because the pathways to it, the cues, the triggers, the retrieval routes, these have weakened, become less reliable, require more support to work. And episodic memory in older adults is more vulnerable to distortion, to false memories, to suggestion, to filling in gaps with plausible but incorrect information. This happens to everyone, at all ages. Memory is reconstructive, not a video recording, not a perfect playback, but a reconstruction, a rebuilding from fragments. And this reconstruction process becomes less accurate with age, more prone to error, more likely to introduce details that weren't there, more likely to confuse what actually happened with what might have happened or what usually happens. So older adults might remember events that didn't occur, might remember details that were suggested to them, might combine elements from different events into one false memory. This isn't lying, isn't intentional, isn't conscious fabrication. It's the natural consequence of an episodic memory system that's less precise, less reliable, less able to distinguish actual memories from plausible reconstructions. This decline in episodic memory has practical consequences, real impacts on daily life. Older adults have more difficulty remembering where they put things, their keys, their glasses, their phone, because placing an object somewhere is an episodic event, a specific happening at a specific time in a specific place. And if that event doesn't get encoded well, doesn't create a strong memory trace, then later you can't remember where you put it. You search, you guess, you retrace your steps because the episodic memory isn't there. They have more difficulty remembering appointments, plans, intentions, what they were supposed to do today, what they plan to do tomorrow, because these are episodic memories, memories for specific future events. Prospective memories, memories that you need to recall at the right time, at the right context. And when episodic memory declines, these prospective memories become less reliable, more likely to be forgotten, more likely to slip away. They have more difficulty remembering conversations, what someone told them yesterday, what they talked about last week, what their friend mentioned on the phone, because conversations are episodic experiences, specific events, and the decline in episodic memory means these conversational memories are less well encoded, less well retained, less well retrieved. This can lead to repeating stories, asking the same questions multiple times, forgetting what's been discussed, not because of lack of interest, not because of not listening, but because the episodic memory system isn't working as effectively as it once did. Working memory also declines with age. This is different from episodic memory, different from long-term memory. This is the capacity to hold and manipulate information in mind, to keep it active, to work with it, to think about it, to process it, right now, in the moment, for a few seconds. Working memory is your mental workspace, your cognitive scratch pad, the place where you hold information while you're actively using it. And working memory capacity declines with aging. Older adults can hold fewer items in working memory. The classic limit is 7 plus or minus 2, but for older adults it's more like 5 plus or minus 2, sometimes less. The capacity shrinks, the workspace gets smaller. This means they can keep track of fewer things simultaneously, can juggle fewer pieces of information, can maintain fewer ideas active at once. This shows up in many ways, in following multi-step directions. An older adult might struggle to remember a sequence of turns, first left, then right at the light, then third left, then second right. Each turn is another item in working memory. And if working memory capacity is reduced, keeping track of all the turns becomes difficult, overwhelming, prone to error. It shows up in mental arithmetic, holding multiple numbers in mind, carrying digits, keeping track of partial results while computing the final answer. All of this requires working memory. And when capacity declines, mental math becomes harder, more effortful, more likely to fail. It shows up in reading comprehension, particularly for complex sentences, long sentences, sentences with multiple clauses and embedded information. Understanding these requires holding early parts of the sentence in mind while processing later parts, maintaining the overall structure while interpreting the details, keeping track of who did what to whom. This uses working memory, and when capacity is reduced, complex sentences become harder to follow, harder to understand, require rereading. It shows up in conversations, following a conversation with multiple people, keeping track of who said what, maintaining the thread of the discussion, remembering what point you wanted to make while listening to what others are saying. All of this requires working memory, and reduced capacity makes these tasks more challenging, more tiring, more prone to losing the thread. And older adults process information more slowly in working memory, not just less capacity, but slower speed, slower manipulation, slower transformation. Everything cognitive slows down. Thinking takes longer. Processing takes longer. Responding takes longer. This processing speed decline is pervasive, affects almost every cognitive task, every mental operation, every thought process. It's not that older adults can't do the same mental tasks, can't think the same thoughts, can't solve the same problems. They can, but it takes longer, requires more time, more effort, more concentration. They arrive at the same answer, reach the same conclusion, complete the same task, but the journey takes longer. The processing is slower, the response time is extended. This shows up in reaction time, simple tasks like pressing a button when a light appears. This takes longer for older adults. Not much longer. We're talking milliseconds, fractions of a second, but measurably longer, reliably longer, consistently longer. The signal has to travel from eyes to brain to fingers, and every step in that journey is slightly slower in an aging nervous system. It shows up in decision-making, making choices, evaluating options, weighing pros and cons. This takes longer for older adults. They need more time to consider, more time to process, more time to decide, not because they're indecisive, not because they're uncertain, but because the cognitive processing is slower. The evaluation takes longer. The comparison requires more time. It shows up in learning, acquiring new information, new skills, new knowledge. This takes longer for older adults, more practice, more repetition, more time. Young adults might master something in a few trials. Older adults might need more. Not because they can't learn, not because they're incapable, but because the learning process is slower. The encoding is slower. The consolidation takes longer. So episodic memory declines. Working memory capacity declines. Processing speed declines. These are the three major cognitive changes in normal aging. These are well documented, well established, consistent across studies, reliable across populations. These declines are normal, expected, part of the natural aging process, not disease, not dementia, not pathology, just aging, just the normal consequences of an aging brain in an aging body, in an aging nervous system. But here's what's crucial. Here's what changes the picture. Here's what provides hope and balance and a more complete understanding. Not all memory declines. Not all cognitive functions decline. Some stay stable. Some are preserved. Some actually improve with age. The story of cognitive aging is not just decline, not just loss, not just getting worse, it's also preservation, stability, even improvement in certain domains. Semantic memory is preserved. This is memory for facts, for knowledge, for information, for meanings, for concepts, your vocabulary, your general knowledge, your understanding of the world, your accumulated wisdom. This type of memory doesn't decline with normal aging, actually stays stable, even improves, gets better, grows richer, becomes more extensive. Older adults have larger vocabularies than young adults. Know more words, understand more words, can use more words. This isn't surprising when you think about it. They've had more years to encounter words, more years to read, more years to converse, more years to learn. Every year adds to vocabulary, adds new words, new meanings, new nuances, and this accumulation continues throughout life. Doesn't stop, doesn't plateau, keeps growing. They have more general knowledge, know more facts about the world, more information about history, about geography, about science, about culture, about everything. This is crystallized intelligence, accumulated knowledge, and it doesn't decline with age. It increases because every experience adds to it. Every book read, every documentary watched, every conversation had, every article consumed, all of it adds to your knowledge base, adds to semantic memory, makes it richer, makes it deeper, makes it more extensive. So on tests of vocabulary, older adults outperform young adults. On tests of general knowledge, older adults score higher. On crossword puzzles, older adults excel. On trivia games, older adults dominate, because these tasks rely on semantic memory, on accumulated knowledge. And this is an area where aging brings advantage, brings strength, brings superiority. This is important. This is meaningful. This is reassuring because it means that the type of memory most people care about in daily life, the type of memory that makes you knowledgeable, that makes you wise, that makes you informed, that makes you educated, this type of memory doesn't decline, doesn't get worse, actually gets better. Your knowledge continues to grow, your understanding continues to deepen, your wisdom continues to accumulate throughout your entire life. Procedural memory is also preserved. This is memory for skills, for how to do things, for motor sequences, for practiced behaviors, for habits, memory for how to ride a bike, how to drive a car, how to type, how to play an instrument, how to swim, how to dance. These skills, once learned, persist, remain, stay with you, don't fade with age. An elderly person who learned to ride a bicycle as a child can still ride decades later, even if they haven't been on a bike in years. The skill remains. The procedural memory is intact. They might be slower, might be less confident, might need a moment to get their balance, but the basic skill is there, preserved, accessible, ready to use. This is why the saying exists. It's like riding a bike, meaning once you learn it, you never forget. And this is literally true. Procedurally, motorically, the memory is durable, persistent, resistant to forgetting, resistant to aging. The motor cortex, the basal ganglia, the cerebellum, the brain structures that support procedural memory. These are relatively preserved in aging, don't show the same decline as the hippocampus, don't deteriorate as much, maintain their function better. So older adults retain their skills, their practiced abilities, their motor memories. They can still type, still play instruments they learned long ago, still execute dance moves from their youth, still perform practiced crafts and trades and techniques. The procedural memory supports them, maintains these abilities, preserves these skills across decades. Implicit memory is largely preserved too. This is memory without awareness, memory that affects behavior without conscious recall, priming effects, where exposure to something makes it easier to process later, classical conditioning, where associations are formed between stimuli, unconscious influences on perception, on judgment, on behavior. These forms of memory remain relatively intact with aging. Older adults show the same priming effects as young adults. If they see a word briefly, they're faster to recognize it later, even if they don't consciously remember seeing it. The implicit memory is there, working, affecting processing, affecting behavior, without awareness, without explicit recall. They show the same conditioning effects, associations between stimuli and responses, between cues and reactions. These can still be formed, can still be learned, can still influence behavior. The implicit learning mechanisms work, function, operate normally even in older age. This is important because so much of daily life depends on implicit memory, on automatic processing, on unconscious influences, on learned associations that guide behavior without deliberate thought. Walking. You don't think about each step. It's automatic, implicit, procedural, language. You don't consciously retrieve grammar rules. You just speak correctly, implicitly, automatically. Social behavior. You follow norms, read cues, respond appropriately. Much of this is implicit, unconscious, automatic, and these implicit processes remain intact with aging. So the picture of memory and aging is not simply decline, not simply loss, not simply getting worse at everything. Yes, episodic memory declines. Yes, working memory capacity declines. Yes, processing speed slows. These are real. These are significant. These affect daily life. But semantic memory is preserved. Vocabulary grows. Knowledge accumulates. Procedural memory is maintained. Skills persist. Implicit memory continues to function. Automatic processes remain intact. Memory aging is selective, not global, not across the board, not affecting everything equally. Some systems decline, others are preserved. Some abilities get worse, others stay stable. Some even improve. This selectivity is crucial, is important, is the key to understanding what aging actually means for memory, for cognition, for mental life. And this selectivity makes sense when you understand the brain, when you understand which structures are vulnerable to aging and which are preserved. The hippocampus declines. This affects episodic memory. The prefrontal cortex changes. This affects working memory and processing speed. But the temporal lobes where semantic memory is stored, relatively preserved. The motor areas where procedural memory lives, relatively maintained. The distributed systems supporting implicit memory, largely intact. Different brain regions age differently. Different neural systems show different trajectories. Some decline early and progressively. Others remain stable until very old age. Others show minimal change across the entire lifespan. And these different trajectories correspond to different types of memory, different cognitive abilities, different mental functions. This is why you can have an elderly person who can't remember what they had for breakfast, can't remember where they left their keys, can't remember an appointment they made yesterday, but can have a deep conversation about history, can speak eloquently using sophisticated vocabulary, can play a musical instrument beautifully, can type rapidly and accurately, can navigate social situations skillfully, because episodic memory has declined, but semantic memory, procedural memory, and implicit memory are preserved. Different systems, different trajectories, different outcomes. And this selective preservation provides a path forward, provides strategies, provides ways to compensate. When episodic memory declines, rely more on external memory aids, calendars, reminders, lists, written notes. These compensate for the episodic memory deficit, provide the structure and support that the hippocampus no longer provides as effectively. When working memory capacity declines, reduce the load. Write things down instead of keeping them in mind. Break complex tasks into simpler steps. Use external storage instead of internal maintenance. This compensates for the reduced capacity, works around the limitation, achieves the same goals through different means. When processing speed slows, allow more time. Don't rush. Don't pressure yourself. Accept that tasks take longer, that thinking requires more time, that responses come more slowly. This isn't failure, isn't deficit, isn't inadequacy. It's just the reality of an aging nervous system. And with more time, the same tasks can be completed, the same conclusions can be reached, the same goals can be achieved. and lean on the preserved systems. Use that vast semantic memory, that accumulated knowledge, that deep understanding. Use those maintained procedural skills, those practiced abilities, those automatic processes. Use that implicit memory, those unconscious influences, those learned associations. These are your strengths in older age. These are what remain strong, what remain reliable, what remain available. Memory declines with age. This is true, but it's not the whole truth, not the complete picture, not the full story. Some aspects of memory decline, but others are preserved. Others remain, others even improve. Understanding this selective pattern, this nuanced reality, this complex picture, this is essential, this is empowering. This is the foundation for adapting successfully to cognitive aging, for maintaining function, for continuing to learn, for continuing to grow, for continuing to live a rich mental life across your entire lifespan, from youth through middle age into old age. Your memory changes, but it doesn't simply fail. It transforms, it adapts, it continues to serve you throughout your life, through all your years, through your entire existence. Your memory changes with age, but remains yours, remains functional, remains capable of supporting the life you want to live. Alzheimer's disease is not normal aging. Normal aging involves some memory decline, but Alzheimer's is different, much worse, much more severe, much more progressive. Alzheimer's disease is neurodegenerative disease, brain disease, causing progressive memory loss, progressive cognitive decline, progressive functional impairment. Alzheimer's starts with memory problems, difficulty forming new memories, difficulty remembering recent events, getting lost, forgetting appointments, forgetting conversations. This progresses, gets worse, spreads, eventually affecting all cognitive functions, all memory systems, all abilities. Alzheimer's is devastating, progressive, eventually terminal. Alzheimer's is not normal aging, is disease, pathology, degeneration, caused by abnormal protein accumulation, amyloid plaques, neurofibrillary tangles. These damage neurons, kill brain cells, destroy memory systems. Alzheimer's disease is not normal aging, is disease, needs treatment, needs prevention, needs research. Alzheimer's is common, increasing, devastating, but not normal aging, not inevitable disease that we need to fight, prevent, cure. Amnesia can be anterograde or retrograde. Amnesia, memory loss. Two types, anterograde and retrograde, different, distinct, affecting different time periods. Anterograde amnesia is inability to form new memories. After the onset, after the injury, after the disease, everything before is intact, remembered normally, but nothing new can be remembered. Each day forgotten, each experience evaporates. Anterograde amnesia is devastating, prevents new learning, prevents new memories, prevents moving forward, living in eternal present, unable to form lasting memories, unable to remember yesterday, unable to plan tomorrow. Anterograde amnesia, inability to form new memories. This is what HM had. After hippocampal removal, profound anterograde amnesia, couldn't form new declarative memories, each day forgotten, each person met for the first time, again and again. Anterograde amnesia is inability to form new memories. Retrograde amnesia is different, loss of old memories, memories before the onset, before the injury, before the disease. New memories form normally, but old memories are lost, usually temporally graded. Recent memories lost more than remote memories. The period just before the injury is lost, but distant past is preserved. Childhood memories remain, but recent years are lost. This is retrograde amnesia, loss of old memories, graded temporally, recent worse than remote. This happens after head injuries, after traumatic brain injuries, after certain diseases. The period before the injury is lost, cannot be remembered, is gone, but distant past remains, and new memories form normally. Retrograde amnesia, loss of old memories. Graded, recent worse than remote, different from anterograde, different time periods, different problems. Both are amnesia, both are memory loss, but different, affecting different time periods, different aspects of memory. Transient global amnesia is temporary and mysterious. Transient global amnesia, TGA, sudden onset. Profound amnesia, but temporary, resolving completely, usually within 24 hours. TGA is strange, mysterious, poorly understood. Patients suddenly can't form new memories, can't remember recent events, are disoriented, confused, repeatedly asking the same questions. Where am I? What happened? Over and over, because they can't remember the answer, can't form new memories, can't encode new information. This lasts hours, usually less than a day, then resolves completely. Memory returns, function returns, everything back to normal, except the period of amnesia itself. That's lost, not remembered, gone. TGA is temporary, mysterious, benign, doesn't indicate disease, doesn't predict future problems, just happens. Suddenly, temporarily, then resolves. We don't fully understand why, what causes it, what the mechanism is, but it happens. TGA, transient global amnesia, temporary. Mysterious, strange, but benign and fascinating. Childhood amnesia is forgetting your early years. Childhood amnesia, infantile amnesia, the phenomenon that you don't remember your early childhood, your first few years, before age 3 or 4. You have no memories, or very few, very fragmentary. Most people's earliest memory is from around age 3, some earlier, some later, but early childhood is largely forgotten, not remembered, gone. This is childhood amnesia, universal, normal, expected. Why? Several reasons. The hippocampus isn't fully developed, wasn't fully functional, memory systems weren't mature, language wasn't developed, couldn't encode experiences verbally, couldn't create narrative memories, couldn't store experiences as stories. Also, massive brain development, neurogenesis, new neurons, new connections, wiping out or overwriting early memories, childhood amnesia, forgetting early years, normal, universal, expected. Most people don't remember before age 3. Their early childhood is gone. Not because nothing happened, but because memory systems weren't mature, weren't ready, couldn't encode, couldn't store. Childhood amnesia is forgetting your early years. Reminiscence bump is remembering your youth. Reminiscence bump, the phenomenon that older adults remember adolescence and early adulthood disproportionately well. Ages roughly 15 to 25. This period is overrepresented in memory. When older adults recall their lives, reminisce about the past, they remember this period most vividly, most numerously. This is the reminiscence bump. Peak memory for youth. Why? Several theories. Identity formation. This is when identity forms, when you become who you are. These experiences are identity defining, therefore memorable, important, lasting, also novel. Many first experiences, first love, first job, first car, first independence. Novelty enhances memory, makes experiences memorable, distinctive, lasting. Also, cognitive functioning. Brain is at peak, memory systems are optimal, encoding is best, consolidation is best, memory is best during youth. All these factors contribute: identity, novelty, cognitive functioning. Creating the reminiscence bump, peak memory for youth. When older adults remember, they remember adolescence and early adulthood, disproportionately, vividly, numerously. The reminiscence bump. Memory is reconstructed from distributed networks. Memory is not stored in one place, not one neuron, not one region, not one location. Memory is distributed across networks, across regions, across the brain. A memory of an event involves visual information, auditory information, emotional information, contextual information, all stored in different regions: visual cortex, auditory cortex, amygdala, hippocampus, different regions, different networks, all contributing. When you remember the event, all these regions activate, all these networks engage, reconstructing the memory from distributed components, from separate pieces, from different locations. Memory is distributed, not localized, not in one place, across networks, across brain. This is why brain damage affects memory in complex ways. Damage to one region impairs certain aspects, certain types, certain components, but other aspects remain. Other types persist because they're stored elsewhere, in other regions. Other networks. Memory is distributed, reconstruction from distributed networks. Memory consolidation happens in stages. Memory consolidation is not instant, not immediate, not one process. Consolidation happens in stages, over time. First, encoding, the initial experience, the initial learning, creating neural activity, creating patterns, creating traces. This happens during the experience, during learning, immediate. Then, cellular consolidation, synaptic consolidation, protein synthesis, gene expression, strengthening synapses, creating lasting changes. This happens over hours, after learning, after encoding, creating stable synaptic connections, creating cellular memory. Then, systems consolidation, transfer from hippocampus to cortex, from temporary to permanent, from dependent to independent. This happens over days, weeks, months, years, gradually, slowly. Transfer and reorganization, creating cortical memory, independent memory, permanent memory. Consolidation happens in stages, encoding, cellular consolidation, systems consolidation, over time, over hours, over days, over years, creating lasting memory, permanent memory, consolidated memory. Reconsolidation opens memories to change. Reconsolidation. When you remember something, recall it, retrieve it. The memory becomes active, unstable, open to change. This is reconsolidation. The memory is brought back into working memory, back into consciousness, back into an active state. And in that state, the memory is vulnerable, changeable, modifiable. Whatever you experience while the memory is active, whatever you think, whatever you feel, whatever context you're in, can become incorporated, integrated, combined with the memory, changing it, altering it, updating it. Then the memory is stored again, reconsolidated, saved again, but it's changed, slightly, subtly, incorporating new information, new context, new associations. The memory has been updated, modified, changed through reconsolidation. Each act of remembering, each retrieval, each recall opens the memory to change, to updating, to modification, reconsolidation. Remembering changes memory. Interference causes forgetting. Interference. When memories compete, conflict, interfere with each other, causing confusion, causing errors, causing forgetting. Two types. Retroactive interference. When new learning interferes with old memories, new information makes old information harder to remember, conflicts with it, overwrites it, interferes with it. Learning new phone number makes old phone number harder to remember. New information interferes with old. Retroactive interference. Also proactive interference. When old memories interfere with new learning, old information makes new information harder to learn, harder to remember, conflicts with it, interferes with it. Old phone number makes new phone number harder to learn. Old interferes with new, proactive interference. Both types cause forgetting, cause confusion, cause errors. Memories interfere with each other, compete with each other, conflict with each other, causing interference, causing forgetting. This is normal, expected, inevitable. Memories are related, are associated, are connected, so they interfere, compete. Conflict, interference causes forgetting. Motivated forgetting is real. Motivated forgetting, repression, suppression, intentional forgetting. Forgetting because you want to forget, because the memory is painful, traumatic, unwanted. Motivated forgetting is real, but controversial, debated, questioned. Repression, unconscious motivated forgetting, pushing traumatic memories out of consciousness, out of awareness, deeply burying them. This is Freudian theory, psychoanalytic theory, but evidence is weak, controversial, unclear. Repression may happen or may not. Evidence is mixed, unclear, debated. But suppression, conscious motivated forgetting, trying not to think about something, trying to forget, trying to avoid. This definitely happens, is real, is demonstrable. You can intentionally not think about things, can avoid memories, can suppress them. This is suppression, conscious, intentional, real. And it works, partially, temporarily, but has costs. Suppressing thoughts can make them rebound, come back stronger. Later, the suppressed thought returns, more forcefully, more intrusively. Suppression works temporarily, but has costs, has rebounds, has consequences. Motivated forgetting is real. Suppression happens. Repression is debated, but motivated forgetting, wanting to forget, trying to forget, that happens. That's real. Tip of the tongue states are retrieval failures. Tip of the tongue, taught. That feeling, you know the word, know the information, know you know it, but can't retrieve it, can't access it, can't say it. It's on the tip of your tongue, right there. Almost, but not quite. Can't access, can't retrieve, frustrating. Common, universal. TUT states are retrieval failures. The information is stored, is in memory, is there, but you can't access it, can't retrieve it, can't find it. The retrieval cue isn't sufficient, isn't strong enough, isn't right. So retrieval fails. The information remains inaccessible, on the tip of your tongue, but unreachable. TOT states are temporary, usually. Eventually the word comes, the information surfaces, the retrieval succeeds. Sometimes immediately after you stop trying, after you relax, after you think about something else, the information suddenly appears, pops into consciousness. Retrieval succeeds. Taught states are retrieval failures, temporary. Frustrating, but temporary. Usually resolving, eventually. The information is there, just temporarily inaccessible, temporarily unretrievable, on the tip of your tongue. Memory improves with meaning. Meaningful information is remembered better, much better, than meaningless information, random information, unrelated information. Meaning enhances memory, dramatically, profoundly, because meaning connects, integrates, relates to existing knowledge. Meaningful information fits, makes sense, connects to what you already know, and connections enhance memory, make encoding easier, make retrieval easier, make memory stronger. Random, meaningless information doesn't connect, doesn't integrate, doesn't fit. So it's hard to encode, hard to remember, hard to retrieve. Meaning is the key, the secret, the foundation of good memory. Make information meaningful, connect it, relate it, integrate it, and memory improves dramatically. Try to memorize random numbers, hard, difficult, poor memory. But if those numbers have meaning, are dates, are ages, are codes for something meaningful, memory improves dramatically. Meaning enhances memory, is the foundation of memory, is what makes memory work, make things meaningful, and memory follows. Elaborative encoding improves memory. Elaborative encoding. Thinking deeply about information, processing meaningfully, connecting to existing knowledge, generating questions, creating examples, relating to yourself. Elaborative encoding is deep processing, meaningful processing, active processing, and it improves memory. Dramatically, significantly, measurably, more than shallow processing, more than rote repetition, more than passive reading. Elaborative encoding works because it creates connections, creates associations, creates meaning, and meaning enhances memory. Elaborative encoding forces you to think, to engage, to process deeply, and deep processing creates strong memory, lasting memory, retrievable memory. Think about information. Don't just read it, don't just hear it. Think about it, question it, connect it, relate it, elaborate it, and memory will follow. Elaborative encoding, deep processing, meaningful processing, the key to good memory. Organization improves memory. Organization, structure, categories, hierarchies, relations. Organization helps memory, helps encoding, helps retrieval, helps everything. Organized information is easier to learn, easier to remember, easier to retrieve, because organization provides structure, provides framework, provides scaffolding for memory. Random, unorganized information is hard, difficult, overwhelming, but organized information, categorized, structured, hierarchical, that's manageable, learnable, memorable. Organization helps. Use it. Create categories. Create hierarchies. Create structure. Organize the information. Group related items. Separate different items. Create meaningful organization. And memory improves dramatically. Organization is powerful for encoding, for storage, for retrieval, for everything. Organize information, and memory follows. Chunking increases capacity. Chunking, grouping items into larger units, into meaningful groups, into coherent wholes. Chunking increases working memory capacity. Remember, working memory holds about 4 items, very limited. But those items can be chunks, and chunks can contain multiple elements, multiple pieces, multiple parts. So effective capacity increases through chunking. Phone numbers are chunked, not 10 individual digits. 3 chunks, area code, prefix, number, 3 chunks, easier than 10 items. Experts chunk, in their domain. Chess masters see configurations, patterns, chunks, not individual pieces. Each configuration is 1 chunk, so they can hold more, remember more, think about more. Through chunking, chunk information, group items, create meaningful units, and capacity increases. Working memory improves, thinking improves through chunking. Memory is better for pictures than words. Picture superiority effect. People remember pictures better than words, much better, dramatically better. Show someone a picture, they remember it. Show someone a word, they remember it less well. Pictures are remembered better, more accurately, more lastingly than words. Why? Several reasons. Pictures are distinctive, detailed, rich, contain much information. Words are abstract, symbolic, minimal information. Pictures engage more processing, visual processing, semantic processing, multiple codes, multiple traces, dual coding. Pictures are encoded both visually and semantically. Words are encoded primarily semantically. More codes means better memory, better encoding, better retrieval. Pictures are remembered better than words. Picture superiority effect. Use pictures, use imagery, use visual information for better memory. Testing improves memory more than studying. Testing effect, retrieval practice effect, testing yourself, recalling information, retrieving knowledge. This improves memory more than studying, more than rereading, more than reviewing. Testing is better, more effective, more powerful, because retrieval strengthens memory. Practice retrieval, practice recall, practice remembering, and memory gets stronger, gets better, gets more lasting. Students don't believe this. Prefer studying, prefer rereading, prefer reviewing. Feels more effective, feels like learning. But testing works better, produces better learning, better retention, better memory. Test yourself. Try to recall. Try to remember. Don't just reread. Don't just review. Test, retrieve, recall. That's the most effective way, the best way, the proven way. Testing improves memory more than studying. Use testing. Use retrieval practice for better learning. Distributed practice is better than massed practice. Distributed practice, spacing, spreading learning over time, over multiple sessions, over days, not cramming, not massing, not all at once. Distributed practice is better, more effective, creates better learning, better memory, better retention. Spacing works, is powerful, is proven. Spacing creates retrieval opportunities, forces memory to work, forces recall, between sessions, during spacing intervals. You forget slightly, then retrieve, then relearn. This strengthens memory more than continuous practice, more than massed practice. Cramming feels effective, feels efficient, but creates weak memory, short-term memory, that fades quickly. Distributed practice, spacing, creates strong memory, long-term memory, lasting memory, space your practice, space your studying, space your learning, over time, over sessions, over days, and memory improves, learning improves, retention improves. Distributed practice is better than massed practice, always, proven, use spacing. Interleaving is better than blocking. Interleaving. Mixing different topics, different skills, different problems, during practice, not blocking, not focusing on one thing, then another, interleaving mixes, combines, alternates, during practice. This is harder, more challenging, more confusing. Students don't like it, prefer blocking, prefer focusing, prefer one thing at a time, but interleaving works better, produces better learning, better transfer, better application, because interleaving forces discrimination, forces distinction, forces understanding differences, similarities, relations. Blocking doesn't, just repetition, just practice, without discrimination, without distinction. Interleaving is harder, but better. For learning, for memory, for transfer, mix topics, mix problems, mix skills, during practice. Interleave, don't block, and learning improves, memory improves, transfer improves. Interleaving is better than blocking. Your memory is better than you think. People underestimate their memory, think it's worse than it is, think they forget more than they do. But memory is actually quite good, quite effective, quite functional. Most of what you need to remember, you remember. Most of what's important, you retain. Memory works, does its job, serves you well. Yes, you forget. Yes, memory is imperfect. Yes, there are errors, but overall, on average, in general, memory works, is effective, is functional. You remember most of what matters, most of what's important, most of what you need. Memory is better than you think, than you feel, than you believe. Trust your memory. It's working, it's functioning, it's serving you better than you realize. And memory is you, your identity, your continuity, yourself. Memory connects past to present, connects experiences to identity, connects who you were to who you are. Without memory, no continuity, no identity, no self, no you. Memory creates you, maintains you, sustains you through time, through change, through life. Your memories are your history, your story, your identity, yourself. You are your memories, your accumulated experiences, your stored knowledge, your past made present through memory. Memory is you, creates you, maintains you, defines you. You are your memories. Your memory is you. As you drift towards sleep now, as your consciousness dims, as your awareness fades, know that your brain continues working, continues processing, continues consolidating. Today's memories, today's experiences, today's learning, your brain is working right now, even as you rest, even as you sleep, consolidating memories, strengthening connections, transferring information from temporary to permanent, from hippocampus to cortex, from short-term to long-term. Your brain knows what to do, has been doing this your whole life, every night, every sleep, consolidating memories, creating your history, building your identity, making you you. Trust your brain, trust your memory. They're working, even now, even as you sleep, processing today, preparing for tomorrow, consolidating, organizing, integrating, cleaning, restoring, preparing. Your brain is taking care of you, taking care of your memories, taking care of your identity, taking care of you through the night, through sleep, through rest. Trust it. Trust your brain. Trust your memory. They know what to do. They've been doing it your whole life. They'll do it tonight. They'll do it tomorrow. They'll do it always, as long as you live. Trust your brain means letting go of control, means surrendering, means accepting that you don't have to consciously manage everything, don't have to think about everything, don't have to control everything. Your brain is handling it, managing it, processing it, without your conscious involvement, without your deliberate attention, without your effortful control. Your brain is working automatically, continuously, reliably, taking care of countless processes, countless functions, Countless operations that keep you alive, keep you functioning, keep you, your breathing, your heartbeat, your digestion, your immune function, your hormone regulation, your temperature control, all happening automatically, without conscious thought, without deliberate effort. Your brain is managing all of it, taking care of all of it, handling all of it, automatically, reliably, constantly. Trust your brain. It knows what to do. It's been doing it successfully your whole life. Trust your memory means accepting that forgetting is normal, is healthy, is necessary. You don't need to remember everything, can't remember everything, shouldn't remember everything. Your memory is selective, intentionally selective, evolutionarily selective, remembering what matters, forgetting what doesn't. This is functional, this is adaptive, this is good. If you remembered everything, every detail, every moment, every sensation, every thought, you'd be overwhelmed, paralyzed, unable to function. Your memory filters, selects, prioritizes, keeps what matters, releases what doesn't. This is wisdom. This is efficiency. This is your memory working properly. Trust it. Trust that what you need to remember, you will remember. What you forget, you don't need. Your memory knows, has been doing this your whole life successfully, keeping you functional, keeping you adaptive, keeping you alive. Trust your memory. It knows what to keep, what to release, what matters, what doesn't. Their working means continuous process, ongoing activity, never stopping. Your brain never stops, never rests completely, never shuts down, even in sleep, especially in sleep. Your brain is working, processing, organizing, consolidating, cleaning, restoring, all night, every night, your whole life. Your brain works continuously, day and night, waking and sleeping, always active, always processing, always maintaining. This is what brains do, what your brain does, what it's doing right now. As you read this, as you think about this, as you drift towards sleep, your brain is working, will keep working, through sleep, through night, through rest, continuously, reliably, automatically. They're working. Your brain, your memory, your neural systems, all working, all processing, all maintaining, continuously, right now, tonight, always. Even now means this very moment, this present instant, as you're becoming aware of sleepiness, as you're relaxing, as you're settling into bed, even now, your brain is working, processing today's experiences, beginning consolidation, starting the night's work, even now, before you're fully asleep, before you're unconscious, before sleep fully arrives. Your brain is already working, already processing, already preparing. The transition to sleep is gradual, not instant, not sudden. Gradual shift from waking to sleeping, from conscious to unconscious, from active to resting, and throughout this transition, even now, even in this in-between state, your brain is working, processing, consolidating, beginning the night's essential work. Even now, this moment, this breath, this awareness, your brain is working, taking care of you, preparing you for sleep, for consolidation, for restoration, even now. Even as you sleep means during unconsciousness, during the night, during dreams, during all sleep stages, even as you sleep, even when you're not aware, not conscious, not awake. Your brain continues working, continues processing, continues consolidating. Sleep is not absence of activity, not shutdown, not cessation. Sleep is different activity, different processing, different work, essential work, restorative work, consolidation work. Your brain is more active in some ways during sleep, more engaged in certain processes, more focused on certain functions, memory consolidation, waste clearance, neural reorganization, synaptic homeostasis, all happening during sleep while you're unconscious, while you're unaware, while you're resting. Your brain is working hard, effectively, essentially, even as you sleep, especially as you sleep. Your brain continues its essential work, its restorative work, its consolidation work, even as you sleep. Processing today means working with today's experiences, today's inputs, today's learning, today's emotions, today's sensations, Processing means organizing, integrating, making sense of, creating coherence from all the information, all the experiences, all the inputs from today. Your brain received countless inputs today, millions of sensations, thousands of thoughts, hundreds of experiences, dozens of significant events, all recorded, all encoded, all held temporarily in short-term systems, in working memory, in hippocampus. Now, during sleep, your brain processes all this, sorts through it, decides what's important, what's meaningful, what needs to be kept, what can be released. Processing today, organizing today's chaos, creating today's meaning, integrating today's experiences into your ongoing narrative, your ongoing memory, your ongoing identity, processing today, making sense of today, incorporating today into you. Preparing for tomorrow means readiness, anticipation, optimization. Your brain isn't just processing the past, it's preparing for the future, for tomorrow, for what comes next. During sleep, your brain optimizes neural networks, prunes unnecessary connections, strengthens important pathways, clears metabolic waste, restores energy reserves, balances neurotransmitters, regulates hormones, all preparing for tomorrow, for waking, for functioning, for performing. Your brain is preparing you to be ready, to be alert, to be functional tomorrow. When you wake, when you need to think, need to act, need to remember, need to perform, your brain is preparing, optimizing, readying for tomorrow. This is part of sleep's function, part of why sleep is essential, not just processing the past, but preparing for the future, preparing for tomorrow. Your brain is doing this right now, tonight, every night, preparing you for tomorrow. Consolidating means making permanent, making stable, making lasting. Today's experiences are temporary, fragile, stored in short-term systems, in hippocampus, in working memory, in temporary storage, during sleep. These temporary memories are consolidated, transferred, made permanent, moved from hippocampus to cortex, from temporary to permanent, from fragile to stable. This is consolidation, the process of making memories last, making memories permanent, making memories part of you, forever, or at least long term. Consolidation happens during sleep, particularly during slow wave sleep, during deep sleep, when the brain replays the day's patterns, reactivates the day's neural networks, strengthens the day's connections, transferring information from temporary storage to permanent storage, consolidating, making lasting, making permanent, making you. Organizing means creating structure, creating order, creating coherence. The day's experiences are chaotic, random, disconnected, a jumble of sensations, thoughts, emotions, events. Without organization, without structure, without order, during sleep, your brain organizes all this, creates categories, creates associations, creates connections, relates new information to old knowledge, integrates new experiences with existing memory, creates coherent structure from chaotic input, organizing, sorting, categorizing, structuring, making sense, creating order from chaos. This is what your brain does during sleep, every night, organizing the day, creating structure, creating meaning, creating coherence from the day's chaotic experiences. Organizing means making sense, and your brain is making sense of today, right now, tonight, through sleep. Integrating means connecting, relating, combining. New information doesn't exist in isolation. New experiences don't stand alone. They connect, relate, integrate with existing knowledge, with existing memories, with existing understanding. This is integration, connecting new to old, relating new experiences to existing frameworks, combining new information with established knowledge, creating richer understanding, deeper knowledge, more connected memory. Integration happens during sleep. Your brain activates old memories, activates new memories, finds connections, finds relationships, finds similarities, creates associations, integrates, combines, connects, new and old, recent and remote, creating integrated knowledge, integrated memory, integrated understanding. Your brain is integrating right now, tonight, connecting today to yesterday, to last week, to childhood, to everything you know, integrating, creating coherent knowledge from separate experiences. Integration is essential for understanding, for wisdom, for deep knowledge, and it happens during sleep. Cleaning means waste removal, metabolic clearance, cellular maintenance. Your brain produces waste, metabolic byproducts, protein fragments, cellular debris during waking hours, during neural activity, during thinking and functioning. This waste accumulates, builds up, collects between cells, and during sleep, your brain clears it, removes it, cleans it away through the glymphatic system, a waste clearance system, active during sleep. Brain cells shrink slightly, creating space between them, allowing fluid to flow through, washing away waste, clearing away debris, cleaning the brain. This happens during sleep. This is essential. This is restorative. Without adequate sleep, without adequate cleaning, waste accumulates, builds up, potentially causing harm, potentially contributing to disease, to neurodegeneration, to cognitive decline. Cleaning is essential, and it happens during sleep. Your brain is cleaning itself right now, tonight, washing away today's waste, clearing away today's debris, maintaining health, maintaining function through sleep, through cleaning. Restoring means recovery, renewal, replenishment. Waking activity depletes resources, uses energy, consumes molecules, creates imbalances in neurotransmitters, in energy stores, in cellular resources. Sleep restores, replenishes, rebalances. Energy stores are rebuilt, glycogen is restored, ATP is regenerated, neurotransmitters are rebalanced, hormones are regulated. Everything depleted during waking is restored during sleep. This is essential. This is why you need sleep. Not just for memory, not just for cleaning, but for restoration, for recovery, for replenishment. Your brain needs to restore, to recover, to replenish what was used today, what was depleted today. Sleep does this, restores everything, prepares you for tomorrow, for functioning, for thinking, for living. Your brain is restoring right now, tonight, recovering from today, replenishing resources, rebalancing systems. Through sleep, through rest, restoration is happening. Preparing means optimization, readiness, anticipation, not just recovery, not just restoration, but preparation for what comes next. Your brain is preparing you for tomorrow, for waking, for functioning, optimizing neural networks, enhancing connectivity, strengthening important pathways, weakening unimportant ones, balancing excitation and inhibition, regulating neurotransmitters, optimizing function for tomorrow, when you wake, when you need your brain, need your memory, need your thinking, need your functioning. Your brain is preparing, making ready, optimizing for tomorrow. This is forward-looking, anticipatory, preparing for what's needed, for what's coming, for tomorrow's challenges, tomorrow's tasks, tomorrow's demands. Your brain is preparing you, readying you, optimizing you through sleep for tomorrow. Your brain is taking care of you means protection, maintenance, sustaining. Your brain's job is you, keeping you alive, keeping you functioning, keeping you, you. Your brain is taking care of you, managing everything, automatically. Without your conscious effort, without your awareness, your brain maintains your body, your functions, your systems, your life, breathing, heartbeat, digestion, immunity, temperature, hormones, everything. Your brain manages, maintains, regulates, automatically, and during sleep, during rest, during tonight. Your brain continues, taking care of you, maintaining you, sustaining you, protecting you. This is its job, its function, its purpose, taking care of you, and it's doing it right now, tonight, every night, your whole life. Your brain is taking care of you. Taking care of your memories means preserving, maintaining, protecting. Your memories are precious, essential, defining. They make you who you are, create your identity, provide your history. Your brain takes care of them, maintains them, protects them, consolidates new ones, preserves old ones, maintains all of them. Your memories are being taken care of. Right now, tonight, during sleep, your brain is consolidating today's memories, maintaining yesterday's memories, preserving childhood memories, taking care of all your memories, all your history, all your identity. This is essential work, essential care. Your memories define you, and your brain is taking care of them, protecting them, maintaining them, preserving them through sleep, through consolidation, through care. Taking care of your identity means maintaining continuity, maintaining self, maintaining you. Your identity is your memories, your history, your experiences, your knowledge, your sense of continuous self. Your brain maintains this, creates this, sustains this through memory, through consolidation, through integration, taking care of your identity, maintaining who you are, connecting past to present, connecting experiences to self, creating continuous identity from separate moments, from separate experiences, from separate memories. Your brain integrates, connects, maintains your continuous self, your ongoing identity, your sense of being you through time, through change, through life. Your brain is taking care of your identity, maintaining you, sustaining you, connecting you to your past, to your experiences, to yourself, through memory, through consolidation, through sleep. Taking care of you means everything. Holistic care, complete care, total care. Your brain takes care of everything about you, your body, your mind, your memories, your identity, your emotions, your thoughts, your sensations, your consciousness, everything you. Your brain creates, maintains, sustains, takes care of. This is its function, its purpose, its job, you, everything you. Your brain is dedicated to you, to maintaining you, to sustaining you, to taking care of you in every way, at every moment, awake and asleep, conscious and unconscious. Your brain takes care of you. This is profound. This is beautiful. This is what brains do, what your brain does, what it's doing right now, taking care of you completely, totally, holistically. Your brain is taking care of you. Through the night means duration, continuation, persistence, not just for a moment, not just briefly, but through the night, all night, every sleep cycle, every stage, every hour, from when you fall asleep until you wake. Through the night, your brain works, continuously, persistently, throughout, through all the cycles, through slow wave sleep, through REM sleep, through light sleep, through deep sleep, through all stages, all night. Your brain is working, processing, consolidating, cleaning, restoring, through the entire night, through darkness, through unconsciousness, through sleep. Your brain persists, continues, works, through the night, every night, your whole life, through the night. Your brain takes care of you. Through sleep means during unconsciousness, during rest, during the time you're not aware, not conscious, not awake. Through sleep, not despite sleep, not after sleep. Through sleep, during sleep. Sleep is when this work happens, when consolidation happens, when cleaning happens, when restoration happens. Sleep is not absence of activity. Sleep is essential activity, necessary activity, restorative activity. Through sleep, during sleep, your brain does its most important maintenance work, its most essential processing, its most critical consolidation through sleep. This is why sleep matters, why sleep is essential, why you need sleep, not just rest, but the active processes that happen through sleep. Your brain working, processing, consolidating, cleaning, restoring through sleep, right now, tonight, through your sleep. Through rest means through letting go, through surrendering, through not trying. Rest is passive, receptive, allowing, not active, not effortful, not controlling. Through rest, through letting go, through surrendering control, your brain does its work. You don't have to do anything, don't have to try, don't have to control. Just rest, just let go, just allow, and your brain works, takes care of everything. Through rest, through your passivity, through your receptivity, through your surrender. Rest enables the work, allows the process, permits the consolidation. Rest is essential. Not for inactivity, but for allowing brain activity, for allowing the brain's essential work through rest, through letting go, through surrender. Your brain works, takes care of you through rest. Trust it means faith, confidence, surrender. Trust your brain, have faith in it, have confidence in it, surrender control to it. Trust it. Your brain knows what to do, has been doing it successfully your whole life. You're alive because your brain works. You're conscious because your brain functions. You're you because your brain maintains. Your brain is trustworthy, reliable, competent. Trust it. Let it work. Let it function. Let it do what it knows how to do, without interference, without control, without conscious management. Trust it. Have faith. Have confidence. Your brain is working successfully, reliably, competently. Trust it. This is surrender. This is letting go. This is accepting that you don't need to control everything, don't need to manage everything. Your brain is handling it. Trust it. Trust your brain means accepting automation, accepting unconscious processing, accepting that most of what your brain does, you're not aware of, not conscious of, not controlling. Most brain processes are automatic, unconscious, outside awareness. And that's good. That's efficient. That's functional. You can't consciously manage everything, can't consciously process everything, can't consciously control everything. Your brain does most of it automatically, unconsciously, without your awareness. Trust this, accept this, let this happen. Your brain knows what to do. Without your conscious input, without your deliberate control, trust your brain, trust the automatic processes, trust the unconscious work. It's functioning, it's working, it's serving you well, effectively, reliably. Trust your brain. Trust your memory means accepting imperfection, accepting fallibility, accepting that memory isn't perfect, isn't complete, isn't infallible, but it's good enough, functional enough, serves you well enough. Trust your memory, it's doing its job, keeping what matters, releasing what doesn't, creating your identity, maintaining your history, serving your needs. Trust it. Don't demand perfection. Don't expect infallibility. Don't require completeness. Memory is good enough, functional enough, reliable enough for life, for identity, for you. Trust your memory. Accept its limitations, accept its imperfections, accept its fallibility, and trust that it's doing its job well enough, good enough, successfully enough. Trust your memory. They know what to do means inherent knowledge, built-in programming, evolutionary wisdom. Your brain knows what to do, not through learning, not through teaching, but through evolution, through genetics, through built-in programming. Your brain knows how to consolidate memories, knows how to clean waste, knows how to restore energy, knows how to maintain life. This knowledge is inherent, built-in, automatic. You don't have to teach your brain how to sleep, how to breathe, how to beat your heart, how to consolidate memories. Your brain knows, has always known, was born knowing, through evolution, through genetics, through programming. They know what to do. Your brain knows, your memory systems know, your neural networks know how to do their job, how to function, how to maintain you. They know what to do. They've been doing it means experience, history, track record. Your brain has been doing this your whole life, successfully, reliably, competently, every night, every sleep, every rest. Your brain has consolidated memories. Your whole life means continuity, consistency, reliability. Not just recently, not just sometimes, but your whole life. Every day, every night, every sleep, every rest. Your whole life. Your brain has been working, has been maintaining, has been taking care of you from birth, through childhood, through adolescence, through adulthood, through now, through everything, your whole life, continuously, consistently, reliably. Your brain has been there, has been working, has been functioning your whole life. This is deep reliability, deep consistency, deep trust. Your brain has proven itself your whole life, maintained you, sustained you, kept you alive, kept you you. your whole life. Trust this continuity, trust this consistency, trust this reliability. Your whole life, your brain has been working successfully. They'll do it tonight means certainty, confidence, assurance. Tonight, this sleep, your brain will work, will consolidate, will clean, will restore, will maintain. This is certain, this is reliable, this is assured. Tonight won't be different, won't be an exception, won't be a failure. Tonight will be like every night. Your brain will work, will function, will maintain. This is certain. You can relax, can let go, can surrender, because tonight, this night, right now, your brain will do its work, will fulfill its function, will take care of you. They'll do it tonight, certainly, reliably, successfully. Trust this, believe this, know this. Tonight, your brain works. Tonight, your memory consolidates. Tonight, you are maintained, certainly, reliably, tonight. They'll do it tomorrow means future assurance, ongoing reliability, continued functioning, not just tonight, but tomorrow night's sleep, tomorrow night's consolidation, tomorrow night's maintenance. Your brain will work, will function, will maintain tomorrow, and the next night, and the next, continuing, persisting, reliably. Your brain doesn't stop, doesn't quit, doesn't fail. It continues tomorrow and beyond. As long as you live, your brain will work, will maintain, will take care of you. They'll do it tomorrow. This is future assurance, future reliability, future trust. Tomorrow your brain works. Tomorrow your memory consolidates. Tomorrow you are maintained. And the next day, and the next, ongoing, continuing, reliably. They'll do it tomorrow. They'll do it always means permanence, lifelong commitment, enduring function, always. For as long as you live, for as long as you exist, your brain will work, will maintain, will take care of you. This is permanent. This is enduring. This is lifelong. Your brain's commitment to you is total, is complete, is lifelong, always, every day, every night, every moment. As long as you live, your brain works for you, functions for you, maintains you. This is profound. This is beautiful. This is the relationship between you and your brain, permanent, enduring, lifelong. Your brain always takes care of you, always maintains you, always sustains you, always. This is deep trust, deep assurance, deep reliability, always. Your brain is yours, working for you, maintaining you, always. As long as you live means duration, limit, reality. As long as you live, your brain works, your brain maintains, your brain takes care of you. This is the duration, the time frame, the extent. As long as you live, not forever, not eternally, not beyond life, but as long as you live. While you're alive, while you exist, your brain functions. This is reality, this is honest, this is true. Your brain maintains you as long as you live. And when life ends, when existence ends, brain function ends too, because you are your brain, and your brain is you. As long as you live, your brain lives, your brain works, your brain maintains you. This is the relationship, the duration, the reality. As long as you live, your brain is yours, working, functioning, maintaining, as long as you live. So rest now means invitation, instruction, permission. So, therefore, because your brain is working, because your brain is trustworthy, because everything is being taken care of. So, rest now, this moment, this breath, this surrender. Rest now. This is invitation. You're invited to rest, invited to let go, invited to surrender. This is instruction. Rest now. Do this. Choose this. Accept this. Rest now. This is permission. You're permitted to rest, permitted to let go, permitted to stop trying. Rest now. You don't have to stay alert, don't have to stay vigilant, don't have to stay in control. Your brain is working. Your brain is maintaining. Everything is being taken care of. So, rest now. Let go. Surrender. Stop trying. Rest now. Sleep now means transition. Surrender. Letting go. Sleep now. Move from waking to sleeping. From conscious to unconscious. From alert to resting. Sleep now. This is active instruction. Do this. Choose this. Allow this. Sleep now. Stop resisting. Stop fighting. Stop staying awake. Sleep now. Let sleep come. Let consciousness fade. Let awareness dissolve. Sleep now. This is surrender. Surrendering waking. Surrendering consciousness. Surrendering control. Sleep now. You don't need to stay awake. Don't need to stay alert. Don't need to stay conscious. Sleep is calling. Sleep is arriving. Sleep is here. Sleep now. Accept it. Allow it. Embrace it. Sleep now. Let go. Surrender. Sleep. Let your brain do its work means permission, allowance, non-interference. Let your brain. Don't interfere. Don't control. Don't manage. Let your brain do its work. The work it knows how to do. The work it's been doing. The work it will continue doing. Let your brain do its work. This means getting out of the way, means not interfering, means surrendering control. Let your brain. It knows what to do. It doesn't need your help, doesn't need your management, doesn't need your control, just needs you to let it. Let it work. Let it function. Let it maintain. Let your brain do its work through sleep, through rest, through unconsciousness. Your brain will work if you let it, if you allow it, if you don't interfere. Let your brain do its work. Let consolidation happen means allowing process, allowing time, allowing natural function. Consolidation happens naturally, automatically. If you allow it, if you don't interfere, if you sleep, let consolidation happen. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't try to control it. Just let it happen. Let the natural process unfold. Let the automatic function proceed. Let consolidation happen. This requires time, requires sleep, requires rest. Give your brain time. Give your brain sleep. Give your brain rest. And consolidation happens. Naturally, automatically, successfully. Let consolidation happen. Through sleep, through rest, through surrender. Your memories are being consolidated. Right now, tonight. If you let it happen, if you allow it, if you sleep, let consolidation happen. Let memory form means patience, allowance, natural process. Memory forms, not instantly, not immediately, but gradually, over time, through consolidation, through sleep. Let memory form. Be patient. Give it time. Give it sleep. Give it rest. Memory forms naturally if you allow it, if you give it time, if you sleep. Let memory form. Don't rush. Don't force. Don't worry. Memory forms naturally, automatically, successfully, through the processes your brain knows, through consolidation, through integration, through sleep. Let memory form. Tonight, during sleep, during rest, your memories are forming. Your experiences are becoming permanent. Your identity is being built. Let memory form. Through sleep, through time, through natural process. Let memory form. Let today become part of your past means acceptance, integration, moving forward. Today happened. Today was experienced. Today is becoming past. Let this happen. Don't hold on to today. Don't stay in today. Let today become past. Let today join yesterday. Join last week. Join all your history. Let today become part of your past. This is natural. This is necessary. This is how life works. Days pass, become past, join history. Let today do this. Let today become past. Through sleep, through rest, through consolidation, today is being processed, being integrated, being incorporated into your past, into your history, into your memory. Let today become part of your past. Let go of today. Move forward to tomorrow. Let today become past through sleep tonight. Part of your history means incorporation, integration, belonging. Your history is all your past, all your experiences, all your memories. Today joins this, becomes part of this, belongs to this, part of your history. Today will be remembered, will be integrated, will be incorporated into your ongoing story, your ongoing narrative, your ongoing identity, part of your history, not separate, not isolated, not disconnected, part of, connected to, integrated with everything else, everything you've experienced, everything you've lived. Today becomes part of this, part of your history. through consolidation, through integration, through sleep. Today is being woven into your past, into your story, into your history, part of your history, connected, integrated, belonging. Part of your identity means defining, shaping, creating. Your identity is your memories, your experiences, your history. Today contributes to this, adds to this, shapes this. Part of your identity, today's experiences, today's learning, today's emotions, all shaping who you are, all contributing to your identity, all becoming part of you, part of your identity. Not external, not separate, not disconnected. Part of you, incorporated into you, integrated into you. Today becomes you. Through memory, through consolidation, through integration, your identity grows, changes, develops. With each day, with each experience, with each memory, today becomes part of your identity, part of you, shaping you, defining you, creating you through memory, through sleep, tonight. Rest means surrender, letting go, not doing, rest, stop doing, stop trying, stop controlling, rest, be passive, be receptive, be allowing, rest. Let everything go, let everything relax, let everything surrender, rest. Your body rests, your muscles relax, your breathing slows, your heart rate decreases, physical rest, your mind rests, your thinking slows, your worries fade, your consciousness dims, mental rest, everything rests, everything relaxes, everything lets go, rest. This is essential, this is necessary, this is healing, rest. Not just physical, not just mental. Complete rest, total rest, holistic rest. Everything resting, everything relaxing, everything letting go, rest. Sleep means unconsciousness, surrender, transition. Sleep, not waking, not consciousness, not awareness. Sleep, unconsciousness. Different state, different mode, different being, sleep. Consciousness fades, awareness dims, waking ends. Sleep. This is necessary. This is essential. This is restorative. Sleep. Your brain needs sleep. Your body needs sleep. You need sleep. Not optional, not luxury, necessity. Sleep. Surrender to sleep. Allow sleep. Accept sleep. Stop resisting. Stop fighting. Stop staying awake. Sleep. Let consciousness fade. Let awareness dim. Let waking end. Sleep. Surrender. Transition, let go, sleep. Trust means faith, confidence, surrender, trust. Have faith in your brain, have confidence in your memory, surrender control to the process. Trust. Everything is being taken care of, everything is being maintained, everything is working. Trust this, believe this, have faith in this. Trust. You don't need to worry, don't need to control, don't need to manage. Trust. Your brain is working. Your memory is consolidating. You are being maintained. Trust this. This is faith. This is confidence. This is surrender. Trust. Let go. Stop worrying. Stop controlling. Trust. Your brain knows. Your memory knows. The processes know what to do, how to function, how to maintain you. Trust. Have faith. Have confidence. Surrender. Trust. Your brain is working means ongoing process, current activity, present function, right now, this moment, this breath. Your brain is working, not will work, not has worked, is working, present tense, current activity, ongoing process. Your brain is working, processing, consolidating, maintaining, right now. As you read this, as you think about this, as you drift towards sleep, your brain is working. This is reassurance. This is comfort. This is truth. You don't have to make it work. Don't have to help it work. It's working already, now, automatically. Your brain is working. This is certain. This is reliable. This is true. Your brain is working right now, this moment, ongoing. Your brain is working. Your memory is forming means creation. Process, development, right now. This moment, memories are forming, being created, being built. Your memory is forming, not will form, not has formed, is forming. Present tense, current process, ongoing creation. Your memory is forming from today's experiences, from today's learning, from today's living. Memories are being created, being encoded, being consolidated. Your memory is forming. This is happening right now, this moment, as you drift, as you rest, as you sleep. Your memory is forming. This is beautiful. This is essential. This is you being created, your history being built, your identity being formed. Your memory is forming right now, tonight, through sleep. Your memory is forming. You are being created means ongoing construction, continuous development, present building. You are being created, not were created, not will be created, are being created, present tense, ongoing process, continuous development, through memory, through experience, through consolidation. You are being created. Each day adds to you. Each experience shapes you. Each memory builds you. You are being created continuously, constantly, ongoing. This is profound. This is beautiful. This is truth. You are not fixed, not finished, not static. You are being created constantly through experience, through memory, through life. You are being created right now, this moment, tonight. Through sleep, through consolidation, through memory formation, you are being created, ongoing, continuous, beautiful. You are being created. Maintained means preservation, continuity, consistency. You are being maintained, preserved, kept continuous, kept consistent, through memory, through consolidation, through integration, maintained, not just created, also maintained, preserved, your existing identity, your existing memories, your existing self, being maintained, preserved, protected, through sleep, through consolidation, through care, maintained. This is essential. This is your continuity, your consistency, your ongoing self, being maintained, preserved, protected. You are being maintained. Your identity persists. Your memories persist. You persist. Through maintenance, through preservation, through sleep. You are being maintained, continuously, reliably, essentially maintained. Sustained means continuation, support, persistence. You are being sustained, continued, supported, kept going, through sleep, through rest, through consolidation, sustained, not just for a moment, not just briefly, but continuously, ongoing, persistently. You are being sustained, your life sustained, your identity sustained, your existence sustained, through brain function, through memory, through sleep. You are being sustained. This is profound. This is essential. This is everything, sustaining you, keeping you going, keeping you existing, keeping you, through sleep, through rest, through brain function. You are being sustained continuously, reliably, essentially, through the night, through sleep, through rest. You are being sustained. Through memory means mechanism, process, method. Through memory. This is how. This is the mechanism. This is the process. You are created through memory, maintained through memory, sustained through memory. Through memory. Memory creates your identity, maintains your continuity, sustains your existence. Through memory. This is fundamental. This is essential. This is everything. Memory is not just information, not just storage, not just recall. Memory is you. Memory creates you. Memory maintains you. Memory sustains you. Through memory. This is the process, the mechanism, the method. Everything you are, everything you persist as, everything you continue being, through memory, through consolidation, through integration, through sleep, through memory. This is how you exist, how you persist, how you are you, through memory. Through consolidation means strengthening, permanence, integration. Through consolidation, this is the process. Memory consolidation, making memories permanent, making experiences lasting, making identity stable. Through consolidation. This happens during sleep. This is what your brain is doing right now, tonight. Consolidating, strengthening memories, making them permanent, integrating them into existing knowledge, into existing identity, through consolidation. This is essential. This is why sleep matters, why rest matters, why letting go matters. Consolidation happens through sleep, through rest, through surrender, through consolidation. Your memories become permanent. Your experiences become history. Your identity becomes stable through consolidation. Tonight, during sleep, during rest, through consolidation. Through sleep means vehicle, method, context. Through sleep. Sleep is not just rest, not just unconsciousness, not just absence of waking. Sleep is active process, essential process, restorative process. Through sleep, everything happens. Consolidation, cleaning, restoration, maintenance, all through sleep. Sleep is essential. Sleep is necessary. Sleep is when your brain does its most important work. Through sleep. Not despite sleep, not after sleep. Through sleep, during sleep, because of sleep. Everything happens. Everything is maintained. Everything is sustained through sleep. This is why sleep matters, why you need sleep, why tonight matters. Through sleep, your brain works, your memory consolidates, you are maintained through sleep. Tonight, right now, soon, through sleep. Rest now means immediate instruction, present command, current action. Rest now, not later, not eventually, now, this moment, this breath. Rest now. Stop reading soon. Stop thinking soon. Stop staying awake soon. Rest now. Begin resting. Begin letting go. Begin surrendering. Now. This is the time. This is the moment. Rest now. Your brain is ready. Your body is ready. Sleep is ready. Rest now. Allow rest. Accept rest. Embrace rest. Now. This moment. This breath. Rest now. Let go. Surrender. Stop trying. Rest. Now. Sleep now means transition instruction. Sleep command. Letting go. Sleep now. Not soon. Not eventually. Now. Let sleep come. Let consciousness fade. Let awareness dissolve. Sleep now. Stop resisting. Stop fighting. Stop holding on. Sleep now. Surrender. Let go. Release. Sleep now. This is the moment, the time, the opportunity. Sleep now. Your brain is ready. Your body is ready. The night is ready. Sleep now. Allow sleep. Accept sleep. Embrace sleep. Now. This breath. This moment. Sleep. Now. Your memory is working means active process, current function, ongoing activity. Your memory is working right now. This moment. Processing. Consolidating. Integrating. Your memory is working, not idle, not waiting, not stopped. Working. Active, functioning, processing today, consolidating experiences, integrating information. Your memory is working. This is happening. This is real. This is now. Your memory is working. Trust this. Believe this. Know this. Your memory is working successfully, reliably, effectively, right now, tonight, through sleep. Your memory is working. Your brain is working means reassurance, certainty, trust. Your brain is working. This is certain. This is reliable. This is true. Your brain is working right now, this moment, this breath, working, functioning, maintaining. Your brain is working. You don't need to make it work, don't need to help it work. It's working automatically, reliably, successfully. Your brain is working. This is reassurance, comfort, peace. Everything is being taken care of. Everything is working. Everything is functioning. Your brain is working. Trust this, rest in this, sleep in this. Your brain is working. You are being maintained means ongoing care, present preservation, current sustaining. You are being maintained right now. This moment, through sleep, through rest, through brain function, you are being maintained, your life maintained, your identity maintained, your existence maintained, right now, ongoing, continuously. You are being maintained. This is profound. This is beautiful. This is everything. You are being maintained, cared for, preserved, sustained. Through the night, through sleep, through rest, you are being maintained. Trust this, rest in this, sleep in this. You are being maintained. Through sleep means mechanism again, process again, method again, through sleep. This is how everything happens, how consolidation occurs, how maintenance proceeds, how sustaining continues through sleep. Sleep is essential. Sleep is necessary. Sleep is everything. Through sleep, your brain works, your memory consolidates, you are maintained. Through sleep. So sleep is not optional, not luxury, not something to skip. Sleep is essential. Through sleep, everything important happens, everything necessary occurs, everything vital proceeds through sleep. So sleep matters, rest matters, tonight matters. Through sleep, everything happens, everything works, everything maintains through sleep. Through rest means through surrender again, through letting go again, through allowing again, through rest, not through effort, not through trying, not through control, through rest, through surrender, through letting go, through allowing, through rest. Everything happens, everything works, everything maintains through rest. This is paradox, this is mystery, this is truth. Through not doing, through not trying, through not controlling, everything gets done. Everything works, everything succeeds through rest. So rest, surrender, let go, allow. Through rest, your brain works, your memory consolidates, you are maintained through rest. So rest matters, surrender matters, letting go matters. Through rest, everything happens through rest. Good night means closure, blessing, release. Good night. This is ending, this is completion, this is release. Good night. The talking ends. The instruction ends, the thinking ends. Good night. Now sleep begins. Now rest begins. Now surrender begins. Good night. This is blessing. Wishing you well. Wishing you rest. Wishing you sleep. Good night. Sleep well. Rest well. Dream well. Good night. This is closure, completion, ending. So sleep can begin. So rest can happen. So surrender can occur. Good night. May your sleep be deep. May your rest be complete. May your consolidation be successful. Good night. Sleep, rest, surrender, let go. Good night. Sleep well means blessing, wish, hope. Sleep well. Not just sleep, but sleep well. Sleep deeply. Sleep completely. Sleep restoratively. Sleep well. This is wish. This is hope. This is blessing. May your sleep be good. Be effective. Be restorative. Sleep well. May consolidation occur. May cleaning happen. May restoration proceed. Sleep well. This is what's wished for you, what's hoped for you, what's blessed upon you. Sleep well, deeply, completely, restoratively. Sleep well. Your memories are being consolidated means active present process, ongoing current function, happening now. Your memories are being consolidated, right now. This moment, as you drift, as you rest, as you fall asleep, your memories are being consolidated. Present progressive, ongoing process. Happening now, not will happen. Happening now. Your memories are being consolidated. Today's experiences becoming permanent. Today's learning becoming lasting. Today's living becoming history. Your memories are being consolidated. This is beautiful. This is essential. This is you being created. Your memories are being consolidated. Now, tonight, through sleep, your memories are being consolidated. Your identity is being maintained means ongoing preservation now. Current care now. Present sustaining now. Your identity is being maintained right now through this process, through sleep, through consolidation. Your identity is being maintained. Who you are persists. Who you've been continues. Who you'll be develops. Your identity is being maintained, not static, not fixed, not unchanging, but maintained, continuous, ongoing, through change, through growth, through experience. Your identity is being maintained. This is profound. This is your continuity, your ongoing self, being maintained, preserved, sustained. Your identity is being maintained right now, tonight, through sleep. Your identity is being maintained. You are being sustained means ongoing support now, current continuation now, present persistence now. You are being sustained right now, this moment, through brain function, through memory, through sleep. You are being sustained. Your existence continues. Your life persists. You remain you. Through sustaining, through support, through continuation, you are being sustained. This is not past tense, not future tense, not something that happened or will happen. This is present. This is now. This is continuous. You are being sustained. The present progressive tense, the continuous form, the ongoing action, not sustained once and finished, not will be sustained later, but are being sustained right now, this moment, as you read this, as you breathe, as you exist, you are being sustained. What does this mean? What is this sustaining? What is this support? It's everything. It's all of it. It's every process keeping you alive, keeping you conscious, keeping you you. Your brain is working. Right now, firing neurons, transmitting signals, processing information, maintaining consciousness. This is sustaining you. Your heart is beating, pumping blood, delivering oxygen, feeding your brain, feeding your body. This is sustaining you. Your lungs are breathing, taking in air, exchanging gases, providing what you need. This is sustaining you. Your memory is working right now, holding who you are, maintaining your identity, connecting this moment to all your moments, making you continuous, making you coherent, making you yourself. This is sustaining you. Without memory, you would be new every moment. No past, no self, no continuity, just isolated awareness with no connection to anything. But memory sustains you, connects you, makes you persist as a coherent being across time. Your brain is integrating everything, every sensation, every thought, every feeling, weaving them together into unified experience, into your experience, into the continuous stream of consciousness that is your life. This integration is sustaining you, making you whole, making you one, making you continuous instead of fragmented. And this is happening now, not as a one-time event, not as something that happened and finished, but continuously, ongoing, perpetual, every moment, every second, every instant. You are being sustained. The processes never stop, never pause, never take a break. Your brain works continuously. Your heart beats continuously. Your breathing continues. Your memory operates. Your consciousness persists. All of it ongoing, all of it continuous, all of it sustaining you. This is everything. This is what life is. This continuous sustaining, this ongoing support, this perpetual maintenance of your existence. You don't exist as a static thing, as a permanent object, as something that just is and remains. You exist as a process, as an ongoing activity, as continuous sustaining. Your existence is something that happens, something that continues, something that requires constant work, constant energy, constant support. And tonight, right now, as you prepare for sleep, as you lie here, as you rest, you are being sustained. Sleep doesn't stop this, doesn't interrupt this, doesn't pause your existence. Sleep is part of the sustaining, part of the support, part of what keeps you going, what maintains you, what continues you. When you sleep, your brain doesn't stop, doesn't shut down, doesn't cease functioning. It works, it processes, it consolidates, it cleans, it restores, it prepares all night long, every night. Your brain sustains you through sleep, maintains your existence, maintains your identity, maintains your continuity. You go to sleep as yourself. You wake as yourself because your brain sustained you through the night, maintained you, continued you. Your memory is being sustained in sleep. Consolidated, strengthened, organized. The experiences of today are being integrated, processed, stored, made permanent, made part of you. This happens in sleep. This sustaining of memory, this maintenance of identity, this preservation of self. Your brain does this for you, does this work while you rest, sustains your memories, sustains yourself, sustains your continuity. Your body is being sustained in sleep, restored, repaired, maintained. Cells are regenerating, tissues are healing, systems are balancing, resources are replenishing. All the wear and tear of the day, all the damage, all the depletion being addressed, being fixed, being restored. In sleep, through sleep, your body sustains itself, maintains itself, continues itself. Your consciousness will return tomorrow when you wake, because you are being sustained through the night. Your existence continues even in unconsciousness, even without awareness, even without experience. You persist, you remain, you continue, through sustaining, through the continuous work of your brain and body maintaining your life, maintaining your existence, maintaining you. This is the miracle, the ongoing miracle. Not that you exist, but that you continue to exist, that you are sustained, that your existence persists, that the processes maintaining you never stop, never fail, never give up, moment after moment, hour after hour, day after day, year after year. You are being sustained through all of it, through waking and sleeping, through activity and rest, through consciousness and unconsciousness. You are being sustained. And you don't have to do this, don't have to maintain it consciously, don't have to think about it, don't have to manage it. It happens automatically, continuously. Your brain sustains you without your awareness. Your body maintains you without your effort. Your memory preserves you without your deliberate action. All of it happening, all of it ongoing, all of it sustaining you. So rest now. Trust this. Trust the sustaining. Trust that you will continue, that you will persist, that you will remain you. Through the night, through sleep, through rest, you are being sustained. Right now, as you drift, as you relax, as you let go. The sustaining continues. The support persists. The maintenance goes on. You don't stop existing when you stop being conscious. Don't disappear when you fall asleep. Don't cease when awareness fades. You continue. You persist. You remain because you are being sustained through unconscious processes, through automatic functions, through the ceaseless work of your living brain in your living body. This is everything. This is life. This is existence, not a static state, not a permanent condition, not a thing you possess, but a process you undergo, a continuous sustaining, an ongoing maintenance, a perpetual support. You exist because you are being sustained. You continue because the sustaining continues. You remain because the processes that maintain you never stop. And tonight, this continues. Through your sleep, through your rest, through your unconsciousness, you are being sustained. Your brain works, your heart beats, your breathing continues, your memory consolidates, your body restores, all of it ongoing, all of it continuous, all of it sustaining you through the night, until morning, until you wake, until consciousness returns, and you find yourself still here, still existing, still you, because you were sustained through the night, through sleep, through rest. You are being sustained right now, this moment, tonight, always, as long as you live, as long as you exist, as long as your brain functions and your heart beats and your body lives. You are being sustained. This is the fundamental fact, the basic truth, the essential reality. You exist through being sustained. You continue through continuous support. You persist through perpetual maintenance. So let go, rest, sleep. Trust the sustaining. Trust that it continues. Trust that you will continue through the night into tomorrow, as you have through every night, through every sleep, through every rest. You are being sustained now, tonight, always, through sleep, through rest, through the continuous work of your brain and body maintaining your existence, maintaining your life, maintaining you. Good night. You are being sustained right now through sleep, through rest, through the night. You continue. You persist. You remain. You are being sustained. Always. Continuously. Ongoing. You are being sustained. Good night.